everything else from this point onwards is cherry on top, just like for Matu and his games.
I doubt though they've gone into the the booth going, well, this is just a bonus.
100%.
Totally secret. Come on, please. It's pretty easy now.
It's like we've already done it, But like to be here is amazing, yeah. And Team Secret, is, we kind of highlight some of the players going. I don't know that one. Oh, it's Puppy.
Oh,
I needed the name tag. I don't recognize him.
It's scary though. When you
Why does he look the same as when I met him? He actually looks
maybe
almost
the beard it disguises him, the little trim around the lips. It's a good disguise. But no, Puppy, when you think about his career so far, all of his pro games, he's played 2,307 games of competitive Dota. The sum of Thunder Awaken's players, if you ignore Matthew, just the 4 new guys who've been playing for around 2 years, is only 1,822. So 4 players in Thunder Awaken don't even equal one Puppy in regards to
dancing is what you do.
That's like a major question. Would you rather fight one giant puppy or
Yo!
Peruvian Dota player?
It's time!
It's like,
It's time para sa upper bracket semis.
It's actually both very
Ayun na pre, magandang laban to. Shoutout sa inyo guys.
you rather fight a giant puppy?
Atensya na, ngayon lang nakapag-stream.
Like Puppy said himself, that it feels like nowadays the old players are the ones that have to adapt to the new players. The new players.
Thunder Awaken versus Secret pre. Feeling ko isa dito sa dalawang team na to mag-champion sa TI.
There's so much new Dota and new.
Shoutout kay Boss J Orata, kay Boss Mark J, magandang hapon din.
For being able to come this far in TI and attend every TI,
Mago.
being able to keep up with these different changing trends.
And to your point,
Ako ulit first. Matic, Jay. Share mo na stream natin, Jay. Tsaka type mo na exclamation notify para magkaroon ka na ng badge.
And then kicks the
Mukha ni GH.
Let's focus on the
Trangkaso, ano to guys? Trangkaso watch party. Hindi natin pwede palampasin kasi to eh.
You can get them back.
Pero grabe kasi maglaro tong Thunder Awaken eh. Napakalinis maglaro neto nila eh. Iba nung kalaban nila yung yung EG.
Of course, Puppy. And Hina's the coach as well, who's been with them for a little while.
Ngayon yan, nalimaw maglaro.
But from Thunder Awaken side, what are they going to have to bring to the
Dancing
table
is
here
what you
against Team
do.
Secret?
I want to see them continue doing what they've been doing. High-paced Dota, confidence and pressure. They are currently
Tignan natin.
records for this TI with highest average kills and because with
Oh, Juliet galing sa hukay.
no one's even close to him. Like,
Kaya nga, yung ganda ng laban kanina. OG, tsaka yung Liquid. Shoutout kay Boss Milan, shoutout sa'yo, Boss. Sa mga wala pa followers dyan, badge dyan guys, type nyo like exclamation notify.
And then if you think about GPM, because
Shout kay Jay Orata.
699, and then you compare that to the carry of Secret Christmas, he's in like the mid 500s.
Ang ina, solid tong laban na to, pre. Napakagandang laban na ito. Parehas malinis mag-Dota to. Pero kasi napakainit ang Thunder Awaken ngayon eh. Kumbaga sa linis mag-Dota pareho, mas malinis yung Thunder Awaken mag-Dota.
The strategic approach that Puppy brings.
Hindi natin magkakaroon sila ng mga lapses ngayon. Pero so far kasi napakainit talaga nila, pre. Legit.
You have the Visage and the Drows and all these auras coming together and they hope to just sort of group up and push at you. And there's like what Thunder Awaken have been doing in their last series. There was these nice movements from the supports smoking the mid to the side lanes, doing ganks that way. Everything's very calculated and bringing the right amount of heroes to all of their moves to be able to actually pull them off successfully.
And they put Sacred, like you said, they put Sacred on Dawn quite a lot, so you have that global presence. They don't have to think about even bring the amount of heroes.
Share naman ang stream natin, guys.
Presence from their offlane.
I mean, if you're Secret, you're already
Share ko lang stream natin.
South American time. I remember it was like 2-3 months ago. No one really did these.
It's for 5 years now. Like South American.
Sama-sama tayo sa watch party. Go Mineski. Mineski, coach.
The way that you play the tiny, because before you
Todo pa kay basbasan. Thunder Awaken ka, pre. Ayaw mo ng Secret.
toss onto another hero and
Naku ka.
avalanche them elsewhere. They can
Pero kung ako tatanungin, ang pera ko dito, nasa Thunder Awaken. Pero syempre, ang puso natin na kay Papi. So, Secret ako dito, pre. Pero kung pupusta ka, tama yung ako rin, kung pupusta rin ako sa Thunder Awaken din talaga.
Keep an eye out on tosses. And avalanches.
Pero Potek, may hulog talaga sila dito, pre. Legit. Guys, share nyo naman stream natin, guys. Thank you so much. I watch
Team
Papi.
Secret came out the group stage as second, and Thunder Awaken came out
Semi-finals.
third. But
I think when it comes to head-to-head matchup,
Secret
both of them versus Secret, you're always a little bit worried, right? Like it's Secret, it's Puppy, you have to have respect. At the same time, though, in the group stages, those two games.
Naalala nyo yung laban nila sa AJ, pre? Di ba ang linis ng laro nila? Tara coach, balo tayo mamaya. Matik may naga dyan. Parehas nga may oo nga eh. Baka mag-naga to si Nisha, bigyan ng naga ni Papi. Baka nga game 1 naga to pre. Yan malaman talaga boss kung maayos talaga laro ng Thunder Awaken. Kaya nga pre, di ba? Nung EG kasi kalaban nila, putang ina, kala mo ang perfect nila mag-Dota, hayop. Di ba nung napanood natin? Pero tignan natin ngayon dahil si Papi yung kalaban nila pre. Alam naman natin si Papi isa sa mga veterano ng international to pre. Sa akin din nila basta-basta ma-outdraft to si Papi par. Siyempre solid secret pa rin pero practical dapat para paldo. Sim pre. Gaya nga nasabi ko sa inyo guys, kung pupusta ako rito, ang pera ko nasa Thunder Awaken pero ang puso natin nasa secret. Nolan Grota, shoutout sa ibo. Sa mga wala pang followers badge dyan guys, type nyo lang exclamation notify and then pa-share na rin ang stream natin. Maraming salamat. Para magkaroon kayo ng free stars. And then type nyo exclamation 75 para i-claim nyo na yung free stars nyo pag nagawa nyo yun. Kaya nga eh. Malay mo naman mag-champion na si Mato ngayon pre. Malay mo. Pero yan natin kung gaano pa kalayo gagapakan nila sa lower bracket.
He had like $2,000 to his name on Wikipedia page.
Gandahan ng drop to pre. Saan pa dito malpak? Rivalry boss. Pero kung gusto mo, hanap ka kapustahan mo dyan sa comment section. Saan ka ba? Gcash na lang. Ako na lang middleman nyo. Paldogang. Yes sir! Paldogang.
He's like a young
Paldogang.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
Because Lizard started talking. That means we get to send it to the draft.
Ayan na! Kamusta na si Abed? May sakit! LGD ka ba boss Paldo? Oh gagi, gusto ko na magkaroon ng ano si Ame din. Kamukha mo na si Mike. Okay lang gagi. Dami-daming pera nun eh.
The draft is gonna be getting on the way.
Payag ako dun par.
In a little bit and then we talk about it.
Pangit naman nun, yung kamukha mo, wala pang pera, tanginang yan.
What are we expecting to see in the draft?
Harap na sila kanina, champion pa. Pero gapang malala. Tignan natin pare, tignan natin.
It was what does Crystallis and what does he bring to the team and stuff, you know? And basically I'd say he's a very young character, very energetic, but because Puppy's the complete opposite, he's very, stoic.
Saan yun ang drop pre? Kaalaman na?
Well, with Crystallis and previous teams when he was playing on bait, he didn't have that father figure to basically say, play like this, you know? And now he's kind of got that a little bit more with Puppy, so it really kind of helps him out a lot more.
And you just also insinuated their domestic violence?
Not at all.
Dancing is what you do. Boss Paldo, bagay sa gupit mo. Seryoso ba pre? Sabi nila pangit gupit ko. So pangit din ako. Lahat ng full house team support ako. Yes, sir! Marlo Mike.
What we're expecting to see in the draft, like T
secret to pre. Puso lang. Para mag ano na si ano pre, Papi mag back to back. Ay magkaroon na lang dalawang Aegis. Sa tingin ko sino magja-champion. O sige, sa tatlo lang yan eh.
I also really value the resolution. Marcy, that's something that was very popular.
Thunder Awaken.
And they sort of moved away from it a little bit.
The man wants to be a carry, right? He's on the offense,
LGD.
but he still wants to be the carry, so he really enjoys that offlane Marcy. But guys, Chen Ench, what about that?
Grabe kasi yung adjustment ng Team Liquid sa pressure eh. Grabe din kasi. Alam nyo kasi pag nape-pressure ka, dun talaga lumalabas yung tunay mong laro eh. So feeling ko, Liquid yan. Thunder Awaken, LGD, Liquid yan. Pero syempre dito sa laban na to, Team Secret ako. Humaba na kasi. Mainit talaga to pre, mainit to, parehong malupit, Gogi, pag pumasok si ano, sa TIC champ, pag lumaki na. Ano, sobrang sarap ko sa ganda sa pakiramdam nun. Pangarap ko yun, ako nga hindi nakapasok dito eh.
The way that they're playing, they currently are also holding down the high tone.
Basta pag China versus SA, China 100%. Ako rin eh mamaya, sa laban mamaya, ano rin ako dun eh, Aster din ako dun eh.
James already mentioned it. It's the fact that you just
Itulog sila dun pre. Oo, ipapanish sila ng Aster. Dun magaling ang mga Chinese team eh, sa magpanish ng over-aggression. Dun sila magaling eh, kaya nga nauso yung ano diba, patience. Patience from Zoe. Yung mga ganon. Kasi nga, sa mga Chinese team. Grabe yung patience nila. Thunder Awaken versus Thundra sa finals, boss. Paldo, lista muna. Gaging, ganda rin yan. Parehong aggressive yan, dalawang yan.
But Thunder Awaken, they got this little CM.
First pick, Marcy.
It's high.
Still pretty high.
Nang ina no, grabe pick rate ng season, ano no, ng CM. Ewan ko, parang out of nowhere, biglang lumabas yung CM meta. Parang biglang, lakas pala ng CM, no, pick natin. Parang ganon. Anong BB? Bet boom? Bantay ni, tsaka ano. Sa kabila naman, binan na yung dinosaur. Tsaka Nyx. T1 champ bits. Legendary Papi pa din, OP. Caster, hindi. Ano lang to pre, watch party lang to par. Hindi ako nagkakas. Baga, react lang tayo.
The most obvious approach from Team Secret in the first stage. You just snatch up that flash. If you don't pick it now, it's going to be probably
Leshrac.
And when you think about Flash, it's another hero that...
Gagi, ang ganda niyan eh. Ang gandang combo niyan, guys. Napaka-underrated niyang ano na yan. Mars na yan, tsaka CM. Ang taas ang win rate na itong dalawa na to pag pinik mo sa team mo. Itong CM, tsaka itong Mars. Ang taas ang win rate niyan, pre. Tamo, 64% win rate to. Ito 40% to. Pag pinagsama mo, 100 na.
10 or so minutes before Leshrac really gets tankier, but when it gets into
Kaso nalaglag, wala eh. Walang miracle eh.
Didn't really mention it. Chris Maiden is one of the best.
Si RMZ oh. Sino nga rin? Sino dito?
Because inside the laning phase, it's about being, you know, attacking, melee, and since Chris Maiden was the
Ban Pudge, no? Tangina, isa pa tong Pudge na to, napaka-perwisyo na itong Pudge na to, pre. Perwisyo yung Pudge na yan. Ban MK. Next ba nila?
And they played some interesting carries with the
Parang ramdam ko magdi-DP offlane sila Papi ah. No? Death Prophet offlane. Pero kasi pag may Mars, matik ang kadalasan pinipick sa carry, pwede ring Razor eh.
You're telling me Crystal Maiden is going to do something.
Kawi mo lang. Hindi. Kanina pa ako dito, nanonood lang ako, ano lang sa makarang pakaramdam ko.
It's ridiculous.
Tingnan mo yung mata ko, nakakalamot ko. Hindi pa ako makain ngayong araw. Bakit na nagsuka ako kagabi? Ay. Saan ka nanonood sa computer, boss? Laglag na laglag sa boss pal, awit. Oo nga eh. Alam mo, ikaw yata yung nag-comment nun, Jay. Ikaw ba? Nagawan ko ng content. Gagawin ko ng content yan, don't worry. Hindi ka pa sinisilip eh, pero sige, tingnan natin. Silencer ban? Automatic ban Zeus. Tangina, malakas mag-Zeus yung Thunder Awaken eh, di ba? Naalala nyo nung nag-EG fight?
I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, you open up, the first stage is always ambiguous as much as you can make it. Flash and Marcy, like you said, Marcy can be a support as well.
Miracle pa rin sa DI12. Babawi yun, pre. Ban life stealer.
Enemy team, pick shaker, drop continue.
Okay, with the silence.
Sino first pick pala?
And the Monkey King.
As well.
What are we looking for next?
Hindi ka mag-get yung skill ni Marcy, double click ba talaga skill on niya? Hindi, kailangan, di ba pagka-click mo noon, hindi ko ma-explain eh. Basta pag kinlik mo, hold mo muna bago mo bitawan. Di ba, pipindutin mo. Tapos meron pang another follow-up yun, hold mo, tapos sa direction, tapos bitawan mo. Parang ganun yun eh. Kasi nagamit ko na yun sa practice. So hindi double click, parang hold mo lang, pindot ka, hold mo yung ano, bago mo bitawan yung mouse.
I love your point. I'm actually
Tatalon yun, mag-ano yun, magsa-second jump yun.
That is because before, anytime I watch Secret, it's Monkey King. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's usually Monkey King for him. I've seen him do quite a lot in this tournament with other heroes, with the Bloodseeker.
Sniper. Pwede mag-sniper to kasi mayroon silang Mars eh. No? Pero I doubt kasi may Marcy. Pag may Marcy kasi, tanginang yan, may talon na yan, tapos pag nag-dagger pa yan, kayang-kaya hulihin yung sniper niyan kahit sobrang layo niyan eh. Legit. Ano role ni Marcy sa base sa pick nila? Parang 4 eh. Parang 4 yata Marcy dito. Pero pwede pa mag-adjust. Alam naman natin si Papi yan eh. Pwede pa maging offlane yan. Open siya ni Papi. Hindi eh. Merong ano eh. May grandma eh. Hindi mag-chance si Papi dyan. Uulamin lang yung army niya eh. Ng Snapfire. Mahirap siya dito, maraming spam. CM. Bulwark. Negative siya dito, pre, negative.
Go in their favor until Secret gets their BKBs, right? Is there a carry that can match with this. 4 secret, that is.
As in random BKB.
Disruptor, ayos to ah.
Chris has played Bloodseeker.
Gandang disruptor to, pre. Goods to, goods.
Banned out as well.
If Anti-Mage was a hero, no.
Then he'd be
In
pretty good
mid.
for both teams right now.
With the disruptor, one good thing that
Minala si Arthur sa good luck ni Mia Khalifa. May sumpa. May sumpa sa putotoy ni Arthur eh.
You can set up the static storm as well and kind of negate the effect.
So nag-pick sila ng disruptor.
At least until the BKBs are up for Thunder Awaken.
I mean, we've seen a lot of morphling though as well against
Good.
the.
Exactly where I was trying to get.
Feeling ko nga morphling to, pre.
Good call, James.
Pwede to morphling. Pwede mag-mid or carry yung morphling. Tapos yung Slash Rock, pwede pa rin mag-adjust eh.
Around with you, Lizard. It's worn off.
Kasi pwede rin carry yung Slash Rock. O kaya offlane. Tapos kasama niya yung Marcy sa offlane. Pwedeng ganun eh. Morphling. Pwede morph dito para.
Eventually.
Masarap ng buhay ng morphling dito, pre.
Yes, Lizard and T have gone to the gym. Sheep,
I
have you
don't
been
go
to the gym?
no. I
Kaso
sit
baka counter rin
inside
yung
and
morphling.
play video games. Like a true gamer.
Arem nyo, post 1 na.
Moving on with this draft, I'm looking as well for Thunder Awaken for a carry that can stand its ground a lot. This Lesh or
Gagan, kaso ang problema, ang lalambot ng Team Secret par. Mid na Lesh, pwede. Okay. Oo, mid na to, Lesh Rock, pre, mid na to. Carry draw, mid Lesh Rock. Etong Marcy, pwede itong mag-tres. Pero sa ngayon, 4 siya eh. Pero depende sa last pick ng Secret.
Taking Thunder Awaken sniper here, right?
Yeah. And like,
Sounds good.
I'd like that and the Scotty pickup too.
Parang gustong counterin ng Secret yung yung carry ng magiging carry ng ng Thunder Awaken. Less na ban life stealer, pre. Bakas good. Sim, bakas good.
Chipping away. If Secret can survive the arena, the Mortimer kisses, even the chip damage of
Matik to, push trap.
be in a commanding position. So this pick for Thunder Awaken.
Tower aggression ang gusto ng Secret, pre. Yun nga lang, may pandep yung Thunder Awaken. Grandmas, Grandmas ult, tapos snap, Nova.
Secret are answering the heroes.
Thunder. Secret ako dito, pre.
Overall, so they can't, wait for their counter picks. The Drow at least.
Yun nga, sira sila sa Invoker, pre. Kuwas Wex type.
Like a sniper versus Drow. I think sniper's itemization is a lot easier.
Uy, panggo mid. Yun, uy, gogi. Solid pick. Solid pick to by Thunder Awaken, pre.
So they do go with the skirmish. They go with that approach for now, at least.
Okay.
It's none of the spirits. It's Pangolier.
Last pick carry Thunder.
Just giving because
Pwede rin hindi pwede pa kasi mag-offlane talaga tong pre Lesh Rock eh. Promise, pwede pa mag-offlane tong Lesh Rock.
picking Pango into a Drow, it's very much you're not trying to win the lane here. There are opportunities where maybe you can surprise them with level, but you're going to be playing the position forward, drag waves,
Banyo na naga.
and then maybe you can surprise them, but
Banyo na naga, putang ina may CM tsaka may ano eh.
Just banning out
May Pango eh.
Spectre, one of those old school counters.
Ba na siguro nila naga,
No
no?
matter how far ahead you are, eventually if the Spectre gets items, you're kind of done.
Lizard, what do you think about the
Visage.
lanes for Secret? Because I'm scared of a Drow disruptor lane being potentially.
Visage
really
offlane,
weak to
pwede.
beat on,
Pwede
like, the
Visage
Snap
offlane
Mars.
nga.
I'm not so sure.
Pero, dapat iba na nila Papi si Naga.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah,
Well, thank-
because
I
of
think the
the
Mars might be mid as well.
Oh yeah, if it goes.
even.
I mean, it could. Yeah, you're right. No, if with Mars, yeah, you're right, Marvin. Sorry, that
Viper.
my brain for a loop.
Binan yung
Yeah,
Viper.
It's hard when they pick multiple.
Binan ng Thunder Awaken yung Viper. Ibig sabihin, magmi-melee carry sila.
Thunder Strike, it gives info.
So, anong melee carry nila? Ursa?
Continue hitting you, even if
Ursa
you
nga, no?
through the trees. So overall, I really.
Ursa
enjoyed
yata
that.
to, pre.
How would Morphling look for Thunder Awaken here on lane versus, say, a Marcy?
But it's possible the way Drow's ulti
Ursa
works
nga
against
yata to,
him
par.
might be a
Ayun!
bit of a
Binan, nice one, nice one.
overall,
Binan nila Papi yung Ursa. Alam nila mag-Ursa eh. Binan yung Viper eh.
So they're going to be able to see.
Tangina, no, checkan lang talaga, no?
A little bit more ambiguous. That
Ganun
can
din
go
Tide
between mid and
Hunter.
off lane, and you disguise the left rack. Picar's able to see what he wants, and if it's a weak lane,
Gago, sila yata magmo-morphling.
kill hungry lane, he can go for a faceless void and just.
Sila yata magmo-morph.
some of the heroes that are really good versus Drow back in the past, at least historically, like a PL.
Sila yata magmo-morph. Kaya nga kasi may Naga, gagi. Nako. Pero, last pick pa naman Thunder Awaken, pre. Pwede sila mag-Naga eh.
Thunder Awaken is the
SF.
last pick anyways.
Oo nga, no?
They're banning
Ang
out.
daming pwede para sa Thunder Awaken. Pwede sila mag-Naga.
They're banning out a hero that would just be able to kind of just stand up in front and prevent that aggression of Thunder Awaken being at the
Na
top.
hindi mag-ESF to. May Marcy tsaka Lesh Rock, hindi mag-ESF
He's
yan.
played so far.
Silencer, Brood. Well, they go with
Ah?
the Nerd Spirit.
Is there going to be a niche mid
Spirit?
spirit? Offlane Leshrac.
Earth Spirit?
Love the Earth Spirit. He's played it a lot.
Tres, sabi ko. Oh, Tres Marcy to par.
Marcy then, right?
Tres Marcy.
Really offlane?
Yep.
Okay.
4 Earth Spirit, 5 Disruptor. Mid, Leshrac.
Eventually, one day, it's gonna happen.
Ngayon, kung Marcy offlane,
Warning right now, okay? Thank you.
Eddie.
I do like the Earth Spirit. I was wanting them to pick a body because they need someone to initiate for them with this
Yung last pick
Drow
nila.
and Lesh. It looks like their
No
game
kaya
plan
rin
is
nila.
to kind of ball up and stick together. I think if
Delikado
they
sila
overcommit
mag-morbling
with, like,
eh.
these blink forward type offlaners or supports, it's a little
Delikado rin
bit
sila
scary because
magluna.
they're split apart. But you know, if you ball together, you also suffer at the hands of this Mars combo and the Pango. So it is.
What's really nice about them as well is that they don't necessarily have to wait for
Kaya rin nila,
anything.
pre.
So all you need is levels and
Kailangan nila ng
just
clear
roll
wave, eh.
off of that laning stage
Kahit
with the
papaano.
Marcy, with your Earth Spirit.
Lina, hindi. Carry ang kulang sa Thunder Awaken.
Early game damage that there isn't pressure on
Juggernaut, pwede nga Juggernaut. Pero
also fight with
hindi
you. When you
compliment
have
sa pick
roll up, you
nila.
have Arena, Mortimer Kisses. This will be able to take fights long enough.
Di mag-e-SF to, par. Gagi Marcy Leshrac. Hindi mag-e-SF to. Tres pa yung Marcy. Morphling nga, sabi ko na Morphling eh. Wala, yun na yung pinaka-the best na pick eh.
They've already covered themselves with their first pick.
Marcy katapat niya eh.
You don't have to explain to me, T. I know.
Gagi, binigay yung Morphling.
Explaining for you. I was
Pero mas better na yata yung kaysa Naga. Ewan ko lang ah.
Would you like to wrap up the draft
I'm not
idea?
going to wrap up the panel. You guys, final thoughts.
Okay, game.
Team.
No, can we get your final thoughts?
Alpaka na ah. Teka lang, gagawa ko Paul. Wait lang guys ha. Mag-black screen to mag-altab ako. Gagawa lang ako Paul.
Very excited for game 1.
And for
Alpaka
some
na.
actual analysis, I think Secret really want to just chase
Semifinals.
Heroes down with this roll and
Apel.
glimpse back onto Heroes from Thunder
Team
Awakens. I think a
Secret.
lot will go down to who has the early game
Thunder
momentum and like
Awaken.
these early game skirmishes with supports coming mid for runes and fighting a lot.
Sorry, Sheep, I wasn't listening. Did you say you were very excited
I'm
for
so
game 1?
excited for game
Excellent.
1!
We're ready for game 1 here.
Go, let's go pare.
Versus Thunder
Go
Awaken.
par.
We're going to send it over to Cap and SVG.
Kahit may
to
Disruptor
preview the game.
eh no. May Marcy pa nga eh. Kumbaga, feeling ko kumpiyansa sila sa Morphling pre. Meron pang IES eh.
David versus Goliath, it's a common overused trope in competition, but here
Yato.
it fits because there's no greater Goliath in Dota than Puppy.
Sim, parehas malakas par.
And you would be
Parehas
hard-pressed
solid
to
to,
find
pre.
a more fearless David than
Go,
Thunder
let's go, let's go.
Awaken, right?
Puppy's been the Goliath at every TI, right? There's a reason he's the last 11 TI man standing.
Let's
And
go!
Playing against this Thunder Awaken squad for many
Game 1
years.
lang.
Going back 4 years ago,
Di,
they had
series
no
na yan.
accolades. They didn't care what
Series
anybody
na yan,
thought
pre.
about them. And now that they have a couple under their
Best
belt,
of 3
they
na yan,
definitely
hindi lang
don't
sa game
care.
1, sa buong
These
ano na.
guys show no fear and they play like it all the time. Somebody's gonna die in this match.
Suntukan to no, suntukan to early talaga. Putang ina. Snapfire Pango, Leshrac.
Right? Of this entire tournament, they're the team that is
Marcy.
going to you and kill you over and over and over again. It's gotten them top 6 already.
Go!
Into blowing the South American previous
Saya sana
placements
mga...
at
Ay, hindi. Kala ko nanonood ka rin. Sibi na sa Singapore ka, di ba?
Holy crap.
Magkano presyo ng
wait to
ticket?
see what happens in this match because no matter what it is,
Go, let's go, pare!
what the outcome is,
Guys, sa mga wala pang followers badge dyan, guys, type nyo lang exclamation notify and share nyo na rin yung stream natin, mga boss, para marami tayong maki-watch party dito.
Where the killers shine. They don't know
Teka lang,
anything
lipat
else.
ko lang yung ano
They
ko.
were born into it in a sense, and
Kamera
there's a reason
ko.
why Pakaz and
Tama na akong
Dark
bilang
Mago
dito.
are two of the highest stat killers of this entire
一个
tournament.
没有感
These
情
guys
的
win
Shishi
the
Bushi.
game through sending you back to the fountain. Objectives be damned sometimes. They're
Shishi
coming for the
Bushi.
blood. You have to be prepared if you're Secret, and if there's one team that can
Game.
prepare, it's gotta be the mastermind himself.
Feeling ko game 3 to, pare. Game 3 to.
They're clicking on
Magkakatalo
all
to sa
cylinders. They
execution
got this
parehong
Our
both
Spirit that
teams.
has been extremely dominant in these route you situations. So
ES, no? Tingnan natin, pre.
Caught off guard in this game. Suddenly you're in a situation
Ganda.
where Disruptor
Pero sa
and
totoo
Spirit
lang ha,
can
line-up boys ha, ang ganda ng pick ng Thunder Awaken ha, masyadong balance ha. Meron silang panggulong panggulir, pang set silang Mars, and then Morphling. Tapos may Snapfire pa silang pang assassinate. Tapos grabe yung support na mapaprovide ng CM throughout the game. Yung mana, slow, stun, kompleto eh. May ulti rin.
This is a team built around their one position. Going back those old 4 protect the one.
Tsaka pag nag-BKB na yung CM, walang pipigil sa let it go niya eh.
He's
Diba?
soaking up pretty much the largest percentage of net worth.
Pero draw naman to pre. So early, dapat makuha ng secret yung early. Hinaan ko na boses ko pre, ang ingay ko.
You have a dichotomy here.
Naman,
where
load na
Thunder
tayo.
prioritizing their one position, playing through Pakaz, and Secret. Crystallis has had to take a step back because again they're playing more through Nisha and Rezo. Yeah, Rezo's a carry player himself, so he's used to getting a bit of network there, but it's a very interesting dynamic.
Tukan agad oh.
I mean, these drafts are set
Pakas.
up to do that.
Tangina
Right?
nito ni Pakas, napakagaling na ito eh.
They're setting it up for this Leshrac to really shine and carry
Go!
the game.
Let's go, Papi!
Beat timings for Secret as
Let's
well.
go, Nisha!
A lot on this Morphling shoulders, and every time I've said that, Pakas delivers.
Oh, he certainly does. We're going to start setting up for
Ang safety kasi ng Leshrac, kaya siguro
both Thunder and Secret are just going to be holding
lagi
around the
napipik.
mid lane. We'll see if we get any early first blood action. But is there a particular hero that you're looking to shine on the side of Secret?
Ang offline, Marcy. Ganda to, pre. Let's go, Secret! Let's go, Secret! Ang ina, may cheering squad pa. May cheering squad pa, par.
And you're gone. So, to me, it's really
Game,
about how much
game.
Size pops off in the early game and gets his item timings. It's really what's gonna enable Nisha as well in this game.
So,
He can run
Leshrac
and
versus
be
Mars.
tank some stuff up, but need someone else to go in with him and help.
Kala ko Pango mid. Offlane Pango pala. In-adjust nila, no?
He has certainly had some incredible carry performances at this tournament from the off lane. But at the same time, he's also had some performances with Zayats where they're just running around.
Mars Disruptor versus Morphling Granma.
I don't think I've ever seen a duo of the 3-4 that is more tied together than Rezo and Zayats. They seem to be just hand in hand, running around killing things.
Tapos sa baba naman, Draw, ES, katapat Pango, CM.
They didn't want to do a double melee setup. Instead, they have Zayats.
Napanood ko yun, napanood ko. Flex ko lang badge ko, Balls Bald. Eh, shoutout kay Kebs. Shoutout sa'yo, Kebs. Paldugang, yes sir. Oh, ang ina. Gago, grabe creepsing nun ah. Mamawa.
Bad over time, so at least probably can make some noise up here. You know, get a little stuff done. And then you get
Guys, medyo ano lang ako guys ha, kasi may trangkaso pa ako. Magasaktuhan lang ako. React lang tayo. Basta hindi ako magkakas dito. Hindi kaya ng ano ko. Energy ko.
You are really looking to up the tempo and take the fights around the room.
Nasusuka pa rin ako eh.
You have this offlane Pango who's another very strong skirmisher, especially when paired with this Maiden who also won in the offlane.
So tong lane nila dito sa bot lane ha.
Position Maiden meta, of course.
So tong lane nila dito pre. Draw Ranger ES ha. I like this shit.
On the back of these two skirmishes.
Huli.
Yeah, at the same time though, these two team fighters, they're in a lane matchup where they're a melee hero up against a ranged hero that is gonna abuse them. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on both their CS and their net worth to see how they walk away from this laning phase, because I imagine they're gonna have to be blown through some regen just to stay in.
All about the early level advantage for these dual lane skirmishes. Matthew gonna lay into Puppy here a little bit in the river.
Uy, Puppy?
Speed advantage.
Oh yeah, he should just be able to run him down here.
Puppy?
Best you can try and maybe swerve into the Roshan pit and hopefully deny.
Deny sa Roshan, no?
Pop the fairy fire, pops the salve, draws the aggro, gets
Boom.
the cell canceled. A bash comes out. That's a little awkward. Oh, Matthew.
Lagi bumalik.
Nicely with the cookie. He had that one in his back pocket.
Boy sana si Papi dun eh.
And gets the first blood.
The tip on top of it as well with the voice line. He was thinking that all the way through. Had plenty of
Boy sana si Papi dun pre.
And very nice start for him. Again, that's your core position in the safe lane. Matthew, he's shown on this Snapfire. It's a South American specialty. Absolutely destroy you in these fights until you get to those BKB timings. So
yeah, you were talking about this hero early on in the tournament. You thought Sapphire was going to be one of the heroes that was going to be a bit more prevalent, and you said South America was one of the regions who played it fast.
Yeah, this hero's just
Papi
amazing.
pa na first blood ah.
Nako! Well as well. This new shard, I think, threw people a little off in terms of how the range interacts, but people are getting more used to it now. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick it up this game. Again, the lane's pretty strong. A little mango smooth.
Yeah.
Regen it back up.
Matthew just wants to
Mas
keep that
mambuli
pressure
na
up.
itong snapper na to ah.
Totally free lane. Though he's not actually stopping Renzo from doing well in CS. They're pretty much even between the two of them. So
that is the downside of chasing Puppy. You get the first blood, you enable yourself. You do give Rezo that one-on-one. He's had to burn pretty much no regen. I think he's used one tango this entire laning phase. For a melee versus range core matchup, sure, Morphling's not the best at using Rezo's having a great time. And
he's gonna go for it.
Bibigyan? Balibag.
And the damage being done with the Thunder Strike and one
Ay! Nice one! Bawi. Pwede pa.
to get the kill.
Pwede pa. Glimpse back. Walang waveform yan ha. Balibag. Walang waveform. Meron naglagay ng waveform pare.
But it's decent pressure added on to the carry.
That right click, it definitely hit.
Bakit tabi ng tayo? Kakainin ko pag talo Thunder. Meron dito pare yung mga pinagpunasan ng tayo ni Champ. Nilagay namin sa ziplock eh.
You get a free trip to
Mga tissue. Wipes.
big question is going to be this 6-minute rune. It's coming up in a minute 30. Dark Mago is going to get to 6 here pretty fast. Doing a fairly decent job.
Grabe, lumalamang sa creeping si Dark Mago
Yeah, maybe he's been harassed quite a bit by the ranged attacks from Nisha, but he's made up for it by being a melee hero, having higher base damage and securing more denies. So level 6, as you said, it's going to come in faster, and we'll see what kind of rotations are going to happen around that big time.
I mean, I expect rotations here. You do not want to give this rune to Nisha, and you really want to use this arena, which is going to be up at the same time. Again, do not want to leave a mid-Mars on an island for too long. You also have pretty independent side lanes. Sure, Pango is not going to pressure Drow down here, but he's pretty much free farming ahead in CS as well. Having a decent time when Ring of Health so he can stay in the lane. He's pretty independent, and of course, Morph is one of the better independent
heroes as well.
Again, Secret's just trying to weather the super early game storm here, get to their mid-game timing. It's up to Thunder to kind of accelerate the game.
Reform lahat ang course. Ng course,
pare. I want to make a call here to go on to Matthew. Not sure what that kinetic field was exactly, but Rezo doesn't follow it up.
I mean, any of these side trades right now are decent for Secret in my opinion because it'll stop that mid-rotation. They're having great supports.
Pwede yata ito si M,
now that he's back at the tower. Starts delivering some arrows back. Matthew looks like they tried to go on him and do manage to get the kill there with the glimpse back, but Puppy's going to be chased down by Because and should be just
patay yata ito si Pakas, pre. Kaya ba?
Puts more damage onto Because, but it's a more flank.
Kaya ba?
He really can't die here.
Kaya ba, pre?
Not too bad for Secret overall.
Lang mana
a lot of solo XP for this Marcy. Sure, more picks
cool
up the kill,
third
but
skill,
you're not stopping him anyway. Nisha gets to grab the rune for free without getting ganked with this arena.
Yeah, that's super nice. The fights just continue in the side lanes. Apparently, the support's not caring about securing the power runes at all, as you said, and just focus more on getting these kills. Zayat's falls in the bottom lane. Top lane, back to it. Glimpse onto the Morphling. Really keeping the pressure on him. He's got raindrops, though. Looks like he's going to have to morph all the way to agility form, pop his fairy fire and stick, and actually give it a salve as well.
He's doing just fine. Is there a more annoying carry to harass?
Yeah, seriously. It feels pointless
lang pre, no?
But if it,
talagang yung side lanes lang nagkakabigayan.
As you can see, the net worth between both the Morphling and the Marcy is pretty even, so
these are very
good job
lanes. Puppy looking for that glimpse mid.
Yeah, that's a level 1 glimpse. Not quite the range.
Sayang.
Patay sana yun mid to get the bottle refill. Now he's kind of lingering around here. 7-minute, not that 8-minute rune timing. A little awkward for Secret here, but they're happy to control the bounty. There's just not too much side lane pressure on this bottom lane with the Drow. I think it's pretty hard to kill this Pango. Maybe they try bring Nisha down here, but
it's not a
worthwhile rotation.
Ooh.
Good luck.
Grabe.
I feel like later
laglag na sila pare.
The Pango is going to have a bit of a hard time with this duo specifically. I mean, he's dealing with 2 silences. Those are not very fun to play Pangolier against, but for now anyway, when it comes to lane, Ring of Health he got, he's doing exceptionally well. 3,200 second net worth. He's got the Orb of Corrosion, he's going to be going back for the Arcane Boots.
That was pretty much a dream off-lane Pango start.
Yeah.
This is not a hero that typically just free farms a lane like this. Maybe abusing the fact Drow.
Uli ka, sipa.
Rolling kick back straight into the hands of Nisha.
Makulit ka.
Able to grab the Invis rune away from Nisha, but won't stop his own.
Makulit ka, Lods.
Tired of being the ones rolled on here. Time to smoke top and try and get some action done with this arena. This is a move that really has to connect here, otherwise Dark Mago is finding nothing in this early game.
Yeah, the fact that we haven't seen an arena yet. Let's see how fast Rezo gets out. Not able to get the rebound away. Will be denied by the arena walls.
Sayang.
Definitely going to be happy about that one.
Grabe yung gank ng Marcy, no? Ay, ng Mars.
On a hero in Crystal Maiden that really uses the level.
Ang expected nung i-gank niya mid, pero sa top, galing bot lane, pumunta pantaas. Ay, galing, ay, feed pala yun.
Nova points up, whichever route you want to go. They really pay off a lot more now than they used to.
Good gank.
So decent efficiency here from Thunder. To me, the big question is going to be, do they try and use this Pango ult to kick Drow to bottom? How long does Crystallis get to stay down here? Because this is not a carry you want to just leave down here getting solo XP. I mean, he's almost level 7, and he's just been uncontested.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like Thunder playing slower
kinakabahan na kayo guys
expected, but
katalpak ba kayo dito?
Nakabahan
na yata kayo eh.
Play on the Drow with people rotating, or he rotates to another lane and leads. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, getting pulls off and stuff. Crystallis is going to be very happy with the way this is going, I think.
Meanwhile, Dark Mago's clearing stacks. I don't know if I've ever said that in my life. He is in the jungle efficiencying it up.
Yeah, apparently he wants to try and get that fast blink dagger. And that makes sense, right? I mean, getting on top of this Drow is going to be all so important.
Absolutely. If he can find the Drow, start on the Lesh, there are no real saves in this game when that Arena Spear comes out.
Yeah.
There's no hard reset, hard dispel, so Dark Mago kind of has free reign here. I can understand the Blink Rush. It's going to be very strong in this game. It enables his supports. This Snapfire Mars combination goes back since these heroes were put in the game, and it's strong for a reason. It's going to annihilate these cores before they have BKBs. So I can understand them wanting to get that fast, and here's a second smoke to this top lane, trying to shut down Rezo. I think he smells what's coming, though.
Yeah, they have this nice high ground ward that may give him a false sense of security because they are smoked up, but it's going to break here. Puppey walks down, breaks the smoke. Very nice read. I think it's a combination. They picked up the power rune at top lane. They're missing for the middle lane a little bit. Rezu got ganked last time. He's like, I'm not going to risk it this time around. That's fair enough.
Part of me wonders why they want to go top with this move instead of bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom move is longer. It takes more time, but you're going to get the kick out guaranteed, right? If Crystallis wants to dodge that smoke, he has to leave the lane. And this catapult would have killed the tower with Pango just tanking up.
Right.
Instead, when that smoke fails, they get absolutely nothing out of it. Vorp can stay up there anyway. It's like a higher risk type situation.
Do you think that
Sisipain!
they have answers to Drow?
Sisipain!
He's going to run forward, gets a small
Ipa!
glimpse, but
Oh!
it's a big one, but they do have the stun follow-up here. Comes this Kisses,
Uy.
trying to create some
Ano yun?
space, and Dark Mago is
Hindi
going to be
sinipa.
perfectly fine, and they're actually at the Rolling Thunder. Oh!
Nice dodge.
So barely gets out
Pwede
of
to
that
ha.
arena.
Glimpse back.
They're going to have more TPs in. Crystallis actually
Stun?
long TP, but
Oh, they're
will show up and
glimpsing too.
miss.
Pwede to ha.
1 second.
Oh, barely inside of the range, and they're going to go for...
Nice. Ayun po.
Pango's going to die. They immediately
Balibag.
threw out the Static Storm to make sure there
Not
was
bad,
going to
not
be
bad.
no jump away, no
Convert sa
smash
mid
bug or
tower.
anything.
Alis Rock eh.
With the Drow Ranger here,
Andiyan pa
it's
Draw
time to
Ranger.
put
Convert to
pressure on
tower
this mid
pre.
Unleashed, Catapult's still alive. They'll get the glyph out of that for sure. So that's going to TP back into mid
Ay,
as
wala.
well. And the line being drawn top, so they're reading this move. Again, Thunder just not getting the exact fight they want out of that situation, and feels like Secret's stalling them out a little bit, which is definitely advantageous for them. Anytime you can slow down this team, you're going to be pretty happy with it.
Big Ancient stack. This is usually what the Drow is going to be spending most of her time doing.
Uy, favorite
In this
run.
awkward 10
Favorite
to 20,
run ng
25
Lesh Rock.
minute mark is a lot of time hitting Ancients.
Arcane rune for Nisha.
Arcane.
Cannot ask for anything better on this hero, especially pushing towards
Tuwa nga
that
sa
blood
pros.
stuff.
Kaya nga
That's
eh.
very awkward because you know Thunder wants to make a play. They just picked up the Blink Dagger. So
Dagger na ano pre ha.
the wrong move. They stumble into Anisha
Mars.
with an Arcane Rune, and he is not immediately bursted down. This could go badly for Thunder, and that would be a very bad sign for the rest of the progression of this game for them. But wait our time. Didn't hide the Blink Dagger at all, so Secret should know about it.
Seems like Thunder's just happy to keep the static as well. Again, no move to his bottom lane mate yet.
300 be.
Now Secret's the one making the move to their off lane first.
Asa na to? On the way na?
Because he's gonna wait for... Oh! Gets
Uy, huli! Pwede yata to par. Pwede to ha. Mapatay nila to. Malaking... Ay, putang ina mo. Ito problema sa ano eh. Thunder Awaken eh. Grabe mag-respo tong hayop na to eh. Dapat
bowling ball knocking down all the pins of Team Secret. A bit of aggression from Secret that goes completely awry. Thunder.
Dapat pag magpe-play ng ganun yung Secret pre, ano dapat?
Tries to find a fourth kill in Zayat, but missed the spear set.
Dapat di sila half committed. Dapat committed sila.
They were all ready for that move.
Sure will na Thunder. Pre, may trangkaso ako pre. Tignan mo yung boses ko.
You attack the whole front.
Barada ilong ko.
Spellcasting has turned that fight around. I mean, this Warp is a little tankier than maybe they expected, right? He's got
Na ganyan-ganyan. Di ubra yung mga ganyan galawan sa Thunder pre. Kailangan kung gagang sila, minimum of 4 hero ang dala ng Secret. Tignan mo naman respo ng Thunder, 5.
Just in general, going for the morph lane, but
Nakita na natin sa EG fight yan eh. Sa EG match.
A situation where the smoke breaks, but they're not spotted, and they can get an
Wag silang
instant
gagang
static
ng ano
storm on
pre,
him.
half committed.
The glimpse play gives him too much time.
Kailangan gagang sila, sure ball.
It's a hard aggressive move unless
Respo meta na uso ngayon boss. Kaya nga eh, di ba? Doon malakas yung Thunder Awaken eh. Ang inang yan talagang sama sa... Oy! Nice! Good kill, good kill. Good kill. Ngayon alam na nilang may ob sila doon.
his
Nice,
skill
sipa.
goal is gonna be able to get it on top
Pero
of
mali ng
Matthew.
pinasukan
No
liga si
space to be
Zayak.
able to cast that big ultimate. They'll turn around and kill Zayat, but Nisha will take the tower in return.
Ako,
Now
si
they're
Nisha.
gonna chase him down. Now the case is going to play with the Rolling Thunder on top of that. They have the Static Storm to stall up some of the heroes. Panda is there though to help finish him off. Nisha falls, Silence going out and jumping from
Nice!
his first
Pwede
big
pa to
jump
CM,
in
ah.
team
Pwede to
fight.
CM.
And he's gonna clean up two
Bag.
here pretty
Nice.
easily with the help of Chrysalis, who nabs both
Good job, good job.
kills.
Good job!
Very nice turnaround in that river by Secret. I don't think Zayats was expecting Pakaz to be behind that tower.
Sama-sama tayo at walang
My
mag...
cup of tea. Still Secret
May
gets 0-1
problema.
as well, and the biggest beneficiary, Crystals. He
Pero
comes in and
tumataba
cleans up
na yung
those kills
Morphling.
again. Now all of a sudden he's the most farmed core on Secret. He is having an absolutely free Drow game, and remember, this is a Drow that can get powered up by Sidekick. Absolutely devastating in these later game fights. It's a Drow
Mataba na
versus
Morphling
Morphling,
pre,
so
ah.
We're gonna cut through all this armor. This is gonna be spooky carry for Thunder to deal with going in this late game. And again, BKB queued up after Yasha. I mean, if he gets to BKB, he's a god, right? Almost nothing touches him.
Yeah, at that point, really.
Nice, good
all
item
Thunder
choice sa draw.
has
Gusto ko yun.
is, like,
Mag-BKB
defensive
agad
measures,
after
right? They
Yasha.
can
Hindi
real
niya bubuin
walls,
yung
they can
manta
play
niya.
around against the Drow, but they really
Kumbaga,
can't
utility
kill
item
her
lang
very
binubuo
easily.
niya ngayon,
They
no?
do not have great physical damage.
No, it just comes down to
SA
how
Dotes.
much net worth does Pakaz has. And he has a lot. He is always a lot more
Smart.
farm than I think he's going to be. You know, you look at that, you go, where did he get all that from? 4-0-2.
Where did he get all that net worth from? He's at
Kaya naman itong ano,
8,500.
no?
He's got
Kaya
the
ng
same
draw
CS
yung Morphling.
4-0-2. Well, that'll certainly help out.
Helps when you get the
Oy.
kills and nice fine mid.
Ay, naka-DD.
Little arena.
Naka-double dick. Dreams back. Uli.
Really trying to
Nice. Pwede nila itong bigyan, ha?
Does he want to go for it? I
Pero,
don't think so.
Rolling
Seekers
Thunder
already
agad,
pumped
eh.
the Rolling Thunder to
Ang
ensure
boset
that
ng Rolling Thunder.
we do get our Mars out.
Shoutout Idol Paldo. Shoutout sa boss, Glenn.
Ult's baited, but more rune control.
Guys, sa mga wala pa followers ba dyan, guys, type nyo lang exclamation notify. O kaya share nyo na yung stream natin pa. Uy,
Actually go for the
para
cookie,
magka-budge
try and
kayo.
stall up Puppy.
Tagal ng stun.
Lungs didn't really send Matthew anywhere.
kunyetang stun yan. Level,
It's
nakamax
such a
yata yung
weird
stun nun.
mid-skirmish,
Yung
man.
cookies.
5 heroes poking each other.
Yeah, both teams seem to be willing to group up nice and early. We saw Chrysalis make that move where he
Nice, convert tower. Gusto ko yan, gusto ko yan.
early on for that team fight, pressured. We saw Pakaz do the same.
I mean, I think Secret is ready to meet these guys on the battlefield. They know they do not want to get outnumbered in these fights.
And that's
We'll claim the safe lane tower.
You've talked to me about this before, the fact that TI, people naturally group up when it comes to TI, right? Just something about the pressure and just the nervousness and scary situations, right? Like you feel better just being around your allies.
Sama-sama tayo.
You have to rely on him. Might whisper some calming words.
May par-
Or he might tell you you're playing bad, you know?
Yeah, he might say, you idiot, that was an illusion. How did you not know
Ang
that?
timing ng Secret habang wala pang BKB si Dark Mago eh.
Exactly what I needed.
Either way, really good bait there from Dark Mago.
He's also pushing
Hindi,
towards
oo nga, no? Yung Thunder pre, buga kung buga.
From Mars, you know, how many times
Kaya lang,
does
guys,
he fight
nahihirapan na
before
magsalita,
he gets
putang
there?
ina.
That's what's
Naparado
really going to
ilong
slow
ko.
down this mid hero. But
Ah!
he's having a decent game getting there. He's really the bulwark, quite literally, for Thunder in these fights. Just going there, tanking
Tama
out
na
a lot of
itlog
this
mo.
Drow damage if he can. Giving Pakaz the opening where he's going to see his target and be able to jump either the Drow, jump a support. He already has Manta up as well, so the silence is not as effective. But he will go for Manta and BKB on Orb this game. Probably just the power of Static Storm threatening him on the deep dives.
Oy. Oy.
Very defensive itemization here.
I mean, what do you think about this mech from Matthew?
These aura items have proved to be insanely good in this meta, especially if you're a team that wants to group up.
Kaya
and
nga,
fight.
yaman ng
You're getting
Morphling.
a pretty good window here if you're Thunder.
Okay, lead.
It's pretty effective versus the Earth Spirit and the Disruptor damage.
Sipa. Wala pang BKB yan. Patay to pre. Patay na tong ano na to. Turbo lang ko, patay na to. Let it go! Let it go! Balibag. Pwede pa yata. Nice. Uy, itong one na lang oh. Roshan. Ay, habulin. Habulin. May dagger. Kaso may dagger eh. Nilabutan yan.
And those Drow hits are already hurting.
Yeah, they are.
You really have
May
to
slash
think about
bakal na,
this
may
Mars
dagger
Drow
pa.
combo, and if you're not on top of it, every other hero is basically a distraction. Nisha just
BKB
has to
lang.
go in and live
Draw
as long as he
Ranger.
can, and it's gonna set up the fight for Secret.
Di na
Especially
matatakot to
against
sa Rolling
Storm
Thunder
Mars.
eh.
You don't have this arena coming out, you don't have any of this control.
Kaya sa Let It Go na yan.
Thunder supports. Sacred's doing his best to disrupt this fight, but
Yun o, muntik mamatay o. 57.
deal with Drow Ranger yet.
Uh-oh, Nisha. Slowed down by the kisses. He is super tanky, though. 2,200 HP.
Holy
they
fuck.
landed most of those kisses and a bit of extra damage from the swashbuckle, and it really wasn't that close. So that cannot feel very good for Thunder. But earlier, the win percentage favored them by a decent, like, 10%. Why do you think that is?
Thunder favorite?
Yeah.
Maybe just like
Nasama yung Morbling
Well,
ah.
I like it too. That's
BKB.
fair enough. Okay,
Okay, no.
solid carry.
Gabe put in a little
BKB.
extra formula.
Grabe naman yan, ang iingat naman yan.
The cause factor, understandable.
It really is. I mean, I think for the next 5 or so minutes, that's a short window, but
Uy, Haze! Sayang,
their
Haze!
skirmish power is still stronger. But it's dependent on bursting Nisha, and Nisha has no fear in this game.
Yeah,
He's got Band Brace, he's got Cloak, Ogre Axe, he is rushing the tank ability. He knows, I'm a run in, I'm a front line, throw your spells on me, I don't care. I mean, like you were saying, 2,200 HP on
Nice,
this
nice,
Leshrac.
nice.
You
Wala
gotta
pa rin
be
BKB
on
si
top
ano,
of that.
Mars.
Nobody's touching that on the side of Thunder,
This
not
is
for a
the
long
downside
time.
of the Thunder lineup. They are almost all magic damage for these early fights, which they didn't really get to go their way. It shifts a lot more emphasis to Pakaz to be able to deal the physical to bring this Leshrac down, and he went kind of defensive items, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have this super early.
Pining nila, alam nila nandun ah.
Come through. Oh,
Uli! Uli!
Oh no!
Uli!
Disaster!
Nice!
It was hidden in the
Woohoo!
center, blinking
Let's go, Zayak.
directly into Zayat. That is just real sad for Sacred there. And that gets Nisha that much closer to his BKB, which we just talked
BKB na
about
si
how
Nisha,
important
pre!
that's going to be.
Actually, BKB na siya.
Thunder, though, I mean, the one thing is they get these BKBs on Secret, but we do have really strong initiation on the side of Thunder, right? We've got the Blink Dagger on Mars, Blink Spear, super fast. You might be able to catch them before they BKB. Same goes with the Rolling Thunder, right?
if you can land them, you're in a good spot. If they get the BKB off, you're in a rough spot. And there's a lot of BKBs coming out here in the next few minutes. All right, the Zayat's one is going to be the
Mataba na
farthest,
si
but
Nisha.
Crystallis pretty much has us off this camp. Nisha's flying out, I believe. There it is on the courier end.
Guys, naghanap na ng scholar si boss oh.
So you have 3 cores lining up here, triple BKB.
Pag nag-stream tayo ng Axie boss,
you already know
para marami tayong
making
viewers
the
sa
call.
Axie.
It's time to clinch a fight, close the map out, take a Roshan, try to hit our window and never look back.
Yeah, and that's a super scary part, right? That Roshan factor, right? Once you start that snowball of getting these Roshans, I mean, you have talked to me on and on and on about the power of the second and third Roshan. So the earlier we get this first one, you know, the bigger that power spike.
And hell,
The earlier the power
they're
spike.
just skipping the fight step and just going straight to the road.
Yeah, apparently they're just like, whatever.
home.
They can try and come to us. We'll take the team fight. If not, 22-minute Roshan. They give the Aegis over to Nisha. So if you thought you could kill him once by surprising him with the initiation, hitting the stuns, chain stunning it, preventing the BKB, well, that's now all up.
Another arcane rune as well.
Nisha.
He's an absolute monster.
Nisha.
This is not an easy
Nisha.
fight. They're going to try and start with the stuns. No BKB for Rezo.
Yep, they're going to be able to keep this nice chain stun. Rezo is decently tanky, but maybe not good enough. Okay, the BKB goes right through those arena walls, and now with the Disruptor here, they can pull some more heroes in, or maybe not. Puppy misses Static Storm and is now going to be able to get a glimpse on Crystal Main.
Ang ganda ng pwesto ni Nisha, pre.
Heroes though, one after another. Dark Mango looking at him with the TP out. No,
Ang ganda ng pwesto ni Nisha.
comes back in
Ubus
for
to.
fresh blood as Panda, well, good
Silence,
try, my friend.
Manta.
Does what damage he can, but ultimately will not be able to stand
Buyback
toe-to-toe
patang
with
buyback si
Nisha's
Papi.
firepower. All of Thunder going to try and retreat here. Fortunately, there is no Disruptor up anymore, so everyone else is going to be able to escape.
Mali yung talon ni ano, Rezo.
But again,
Puppy.
Mali yung talon ni Rezo, pre.
Find something again, so a little bit of value for Thunder, but that's just an impossible long fight to take, right? You're going through the Leshrac twice with an arcane rune. Good job to focus some of the supports down early, get the targets you can. That Glimmer Cape kept Puppy up a long time. You're going to need some protection next round. But it is the name of the game. You got to get the stuns before the BKB. Rezo lives though, gets his off, and he's out of there. I mean, Marcy does Marcy things. See you later.
And if
If Kaz just has to man fight, it's hard for him to just stay in this fight for too long after the BKB.
yeah, look at that. That physical damage he's doing to Nisha is totally outdone by the Bloodstone heals. It's doing nothing. And I can't help but thinking if they had managed to keep Rezo chain stun and kill him there, then he doesn't come back and stop the Mars TP. In which case, you know, that team fight actually looks a lot better for Thunder.
Remember, taking Marcy out in this game means you're taking Sidekick out. A lot of damage on that Drow himself.
Ay,
That's how
yatay
Marcy
ka.
works. So it's a big target for Thunder to hit, but you have
Sacred
to chain it right.
This time around, it's twice now. He's had some close calls, but this time.
Pag nakapag-agonims to si Papi, par.
Into the hands of Zayats, and Thunder will play safely.
Last on lineup daw, oh, sabi ni Sander.
This is where that mech doesn't feel as good anymore. This is where you wish you had a bit more scale or even Force Staff. It's going to help your cores deeper into the game.
Yeah.
So once more, Thunder feeling like they want to fight. Aegis is still up for 2 minutes here.
Uh-oh. This is kind of awkward. Zayats well positioned on the high ground here. He might break it. There is a ping from Matthew.
Gonna break it for sure. Because
Ako.
of the river.
Wow, look at them. They're actually sneaking.
Ang ganda ng pwesto ni Zayak.
Might be able to find the right kind of initiation. They get Rezo
Ay, putang ina mo, nabigyan na naman si ano, Rezo.
They changed on him down. Zayats trying to get
Sige,
on top of
palag
Matthew.
pa rin, may
At the
Aegis
same
eh.
time, look for Chrysalis as well. He's playing the back line. Looks like he's getting out of there, but Nisha's going in there with his Bloodstone and his Aegis. He's ready to fight. He's ready to bring down the Mars. The spear goes up. The last bit of damage.
Gago, wala sila napapatay, par. Purpulado.
At all costs. Everybody else running away from the Lashrak and killing anybody else they can get their hands on.
Palag lang, may
Now with
Aegis
the
ka pa
coming
eh.
out from the Snapfire, they can try and go again here. See if they can kill Nisha twice. Chrysalis might be needed to help
Matagbigay
out.
si Chris.
Oh, and immediately silence. Pops him
Nice!
out.
Uli! Uli Morphling, pre! Mali ng ano, pre!
The spear goes out.
Papalag to! Walang Morphling, walang DPS.
Lost so much of their damage.
Papalag to, pre! Papalag to! May BKB na yung Draw Ranger.
But they don't really have.
Uli ka!
Do the blink down
Uli ka,
forward.
pare!
Nisha is gonna be able to slow down and
Uli ka,
get
par!
That's Panda.
Nice one! Beautiful!
That much damage. Buyback from Matthew there as well. That was an insanely well taken angle from Thunder. Because was in the river, and I think
Buti nagkamali yung
they're in
Morphling.
the river. Instead, they were on the exact
Masyado siyang nag-asim.
flank. Caught Rezo off guard. That's the name of the game. Marcy down without BKB. Still, all of that chase was for Nisha Aegis. Even if they head in there, he still has Aegis up. A little bit of an overextension, perhaps, but at the same time, that is how.
Ayun na, BKB na Draw, pre.
Going to try and push that numbers
Sarap na
advantage.
buhay ng Draw.
If they pull it off, it looks absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah, it seemed like maybe that was a call from the one TI veteran here on the side of Thunder, Matthew.
I'm still amazed at how much net worth Bakaz trusts in these games. Like, oh yeah, I mean that was his first death. He was 9-0, but he is farmed. He almost has Ags. It's gonna be pretty nice as well if you can get the Ags from the Drow. Remove that action. It really hurts this hero.
Yeah.
He's also doing a mad amount of work with stealing the Earth Spirit, though. Getting multiple silences, disrupting the supports. I mean, the Earth Spirit and Disruptor are getting silenced in these fights. Where's it coming from? Well, it's Bakaz Spirit, right?
Yeah. And that's something that's secret.
Ah,
They
di ma-
kind of
anta,
need to
anta.
play around each other as much as possible. Otherwise, this Morphling's just going to go from hero to hero. As they did in that last fight, right? They were just running away from Nisha and running into everybody else.
Wala na akong scope, boss.
Like, Mars is going to be able to tank up a lot of damage. You almost don't want to overfocus him if you're Secret. You need to keep this Morphling in check because Morphling will win the fight for Thunder.
Yeah.
And nobody else is going to carry the fight in that later half, right? It's about him being able to stay and deal the damage. It's also about when he uses BKB. We saw Bakaz holding his BKB until the very end of that fight. He is extremely patient with it, and there's a reason. Like, he needs it up to be able to fight the Lashrak so he can't Bloodstone heal. He needs it up to be able to dodge the silences in the later half of the fight. Initiation is still the name of the game here for Thunder. They do not, I don't think they want to go ultra late in this type of game with how they've itemized and how their lineup functions. So again, another smoke. This is uphill.
Yeah, very clear divide on who controls what part of the map. Thunder invading into Secret side. They don't have the right vision here. Matthew, his smoke breaks. He's going to deliver good to the side. Sacred, he's fishing in deep.
Uy!
Not gonna find
Uy!
anything. Oh!
Walang tinamaan!
Knocked
Yari ka
out
ngayon!
and now the backline is being assaulted.
Yari kayo ngayon!
Through the stairs.
Yari kayo ngayon! Morphling next ha! Iwan nyo na si CM, pre! Morphling!
Morphling isn't going to be doing anything here. Pulled back in. He's going to have to use his BKB. That's going to be another charge down.
Uy,
A
pwede
spear
pa to!
goes out.
Nice!
Mars caught as well.
Nice!
He falls.
Nice.
3 down on the
Mainit,
side of
mainit,
Thunder.
Secret, mainit.
And their patience in
Mainit,
holding their
Secret,
side
pre.
of the map is well rewarded.
Mainit Secret, mainit.
Just go into like that. Zayats is holding his high
Ano yan,
ground
boss,
forward.
tagal?
Nisha and Puppy with the glimmer behind him on that other cliff. It's just so deep. Sacred's looking for the roll and looking for the chain stun near the cliffs. But good luck, my friend. It's just so hard going dark. and they need that initiation.
Talo to na, tol.
Doesn't land on a good core here. All of a sudden, your backline's exposed. Arena latches nothing. Kaz gets stunned by Resolution. Your backline crumbles. The fight becomes harder for this Morphling.
Buti nag-BKB Morphling, no? Parang -1 damage item.
Everybody up.
I mean, that is literally the ideal situation for Secret, right? They kill the two backline supports that do a bunch of damage. Rezo is keeping the Morphling busy, so he's not able, Kaz isn't able to just like kill the disruptor, whoever can't go for the drought.
Oo nga, no?
On top of that,
Sino yung sabi rito? Nag-all-in siya sa Thunder?
If
Pangalan
Arena and Roll don't connect,
Secret.
Chainlock and core, it's a completely different fight for Thunder.
Patapos to, pre. Morphling pa rin yan, eh.
He didn't even get an opportunity
Mamaw
to
pa rin yan.
the drought he wanted to.
Siya pa rin leading sa network.
So now it's a push towards Scotty.
Scotty na next
That
item
feels
niya.
like the last really big timing for Thunder here. They get this Scotty on the Morphling. It's going to debilitate the Leshrac a lot more in the fight, help him man fight him. You have second Roshan coming up within that interval as well. Secret's just going to play for it. I don't think they're in too much of a huge rush here. They have BKB on the Earth Spirit now as well. Drow is just continuing to power up. Hurricane Pike level 21. You have the extra multi-shot damage online.
DMC roll, eh.
Even more through the sidekick.
Hindi pa tapos to, pre.
Morphling
pa rin to, guys.
So I thought
Pero pag nakapag-hex to, pre, mataas na chance ng ano dito, Secret. Kung nakuha nila Aegis tas nakapag-hex, mataas na chance sa Secret dito. Kaya na nilang ma-burst yung Morphling na yan, eh. Kaya na.
So that'll help slow down the damage to the Leshrac, who currently Nisha seems to be the biggest problem for Thunder.
Kaso maganda pwesto ng tao dyan. Alam sila, pre.
Puppy is halfway to Ags as well, which if this game goes late,
Nako.
see Disruptor Ags
Pag naka-Ags, oo.
in those scenarios. Secret on the prowl here.
Yeah, this time
Yari Morphling pag nakapag-Ags na talaga Disruptor.
Nako!
Nako! Nako, hindi pa nakapag-BKB si Dark Mago. Nag-choke yung Marv.
Being able to do much, Nisha gets on top of Mahanamu, should be pretty easily there. But Kaz is trying to keep his supports alive, whoever's still left alive inside of Thunder,
si Emboy pa.
and get them out of here. But the chase goes on as Resolution looks to be able to chase back with the buybacks coming in. Maybe they can catch something. Oh no, Secret.
Ayan na, Morphling. Ayan na! Ayan na ang Morphling! Hindi kasi napatay yung ano agad. Gugaw nila yata, pre. Bakit nag-buyback si ano?
Maybe because doesn't feel so bad about this.
Bakit nag-buyback yun?
It depends what happens to this Roche, right? This fight is all about Roshan in the next few minutes here. Yep. This is why the buybacks are getting
Bakit
expended.
nag-buyback? Hindi siya. Kasi ano, Chrysalis.
Yeah, for
Roshan?
seemingly for free. I mean, they're not going to be able to take Roshan for this, right? Yeah.
Bakit nag-buyback, gagi?
They didn't try and force it.
Mali yung buyback, par.
Mago feel a lot better about his, right? I mean,
Kailangan nila convert.
Shrek all the
Hindi
way
mo
back
kailangan
to mid after he
mag-buyback.
gets gone on here. Maybe
Bugso
trying
ng
to beat
dugo,
the
pre.
initiation just doesn't get the BKB off. Rezo instantly blink bashed him, I think. Very fortuitous. And of course, your front line gets broken. Your CM, your Snapfire are instantly gone. Nisha is always just going to absorb their life force.
Yeah, and a big part of this was the fact that Panda lived there, and Nisha had to chase him down. So Nisha during this
Hindi kasi
entire
namatay yung
fight
ano agad
is
CM,
actually
eh.
still chasing Panda Moo over there in the triangle. So he was just missing for the out engagement, which
Hindi talaga dapat nag-buyback.
It looks like Secret.
Hindi dapat, hindi niya kailangan mag-buyback, pre.
Chrysalis is going to be able to take
Pero
Aegis, and
okay lang,
Aegis
nakuha naman nila
all
Aegis.
for negative shard. That is a really big pickup, particular against the Morph.
Absolutely. He's not feeling too bad about that buyback anymore. Now he'll get the upgraded Frost Arrows.
Yeah, we get that Hypothermia stacks coming into play.
Reduce the regen. This is the Scotty timing for Morphling, so
yeah, how close are
this regen reduction coming out?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's just so
attack.
hard to fight into the Aegis now.
Yeah.
Sayang yung buyback talaga. Para hindi maging costly yun, pre.
He's growing his way towards that Aghanim Scepter.
Imbis na sa Leshrac yung Aegis, na kay ano ngayon. Na kay Draw.
That goes in Puppy's pocket.
Wala siyang buyback, eh.
He uses it well. It's a very pivotal item in this game because every time one of those jumps happens, maybe that Mars can live in that scenario and get his BKB off if he's not chain stunned. Well, you throw the Disruptor Storm on top. There's absolutely no turn.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see one fight where it's Secret who, like, either miss the initiation or are getting initiated on, right? The last couple of fights, I feel like Secret have set up the fight better than Thunder has. Where it started, how it started.
Right?
Yeah.
They're either jumping. I mean, Dark Mago got jumped a couple times this game.
Yeah, that was awkward.
But a lot of these fights have been Thunder smoking into them into the high ground areas, trying to take that fight. Now I think Secret's very confident to take the aggressive positions because they have so many BKBs in. Of course, I think Nisha is he's using up a lot of his rune luck this game, I must say. Another arcane bottle for this Leshrac.
Yeah, and he's got a blink sight now. So look for this guy. He's just, I feel like he's gonna see something and just go. He's gonna blink, sight.
Ang ina, naka-hex na pre, ayun na. Ito, pwede to. Pwede yan. Pwede yan. Yan ang sinasabi ko pag naka-hex na. Yan ang sinasabi ko, pre. Tamo, yung Morphling par, nawala. 90 seconds, walang buyback.
Scotty, they are definitely going to push the high ground here. Age is still intact.
Taas ang buyback ha. Pwede sila mag-high ground.
He wants to kill the creep wave because they know they can't.
Asim ng Morphling doon pre, ginagawa niya. Ang ganda ng show ng ano, ng Hex. Surprise talaga. Rax yata to pre, walang Morphling eh. Minimum 1 Rax to.
Next round of creeps coming in soon, so backdoor protection is going to fall in the tower. It's going to fall with it. Mago. Oh, pushed him back in.
Uy, ganda.
Oh, what an arena.
Gagong ganda.
Well. If he can line this one,
pero pre, naka-BKB sila ha.
Damage is being ignored. Even Nisha able to blink away in the midst of all that. Crystal somehow ended up back up on the high ground. Not sure what happened there, but he should be fine. He's got the Aegis. Thunder doesn't want to go outside of their own base right now. Double arenas expended. 30 seconds left. Secret are going to call it though. They're going to retreat.
Oh, if you get spear stun there, that's a shard spear with the level 20 talent, man. 3.4 seconds of stun on multiple heroes. Imagine he can land those right there. Secret were, I don't think they were expecting that jump.
Yeah,
because the BKBs were slow. They got him off eventually.
Wala, nagulat Secret dun ah.
Could have done some serious damage there with the double.
Hindi nila expected na gagawin sila kahit walang Morphling eh.
Look at the towers just like right there.
Oh,
and it falls right as he throws out that spear. I don't know what happened there, but that is just so heartbreaking for Dark Mago. It made her. I mean, it was a great play all around, no matter what, because they ultimately held, right? Where they could have lost the lane at Barracks, but you got to feel for him hitting a spear that good.
Lands. It's a guaranteed refresh double spear.
Yep.
Then you're feeling real good.
Then you would have held 4 versus 5, gotten a bunch of kills out of it. Instead, Team Secret walk away relatively uninjured and happy. 7,000 net worth lead for them, 24-20. 37 minutes in.
Huh?
No. Oh, roll in, roll out, and Sacred.
Rolling again.
He's gonna try.
Ang lalim na ito ha. Ang lalim na ito para. May Hex ha.
You're gonna have to retreat and blink out, my friend. Otherwise, you're gonna get caught by Nisha. Otherwise, you're
Baby!
gonna.
Ay! Slow hands!
Dark Mango says hello.
Pero hindi, makunat yan par. Makunat yan.
Not without Bakaz there. And
sayang.
it's for the best that they back up to their base.
BKB sana.
Was there. Nisha might have been in trouble, but yeah, abusing that high ground ward, which did not get killed. Zayat's just getting in there, placing it, getting out.
Oh, you talk about rune luck? Look at that item. Nisha just found himself a timeless relic. What is this?
I mean, sometimes the stars just align, right?
Yeah, seems like it. It's aligning for Nisha right now.
Aga names Papi. Aga names si Papi. Yan.
Yeah.
Yan.
It's always the rune luck, you know? The rune luck, the neutral item luck, but
item check.
He's an absolute, I mean, he's still got a cloak. He's gonna turn that into something.
Yeah, we got the Aghanim Scepter now complete for the Disruptor, so that's coming out right now in the Courier. As the Aegis expires, Secrets still have big power spikes coming through.
Dalawa arena, no? Dalawa arena, dalawa spear. Naka-refresher eh.
This makes the rebound initiation a lot stronger, right? You also have this level 20 talent for Marcy. It's a decent stun duration now. You throw the Static Storm on top. It forces Thunder into a fight where you probably have to use buybacks because that core is just going down, right? Nisha's going to jump in. You're going to commit the BKBs. Makes initiations a lot more
Naka-daydalo sa Sinisha, pre.
It means the quick reactions are super important, which I always feel like is super tense as is going late game, but also on a TI stage, which 4 of these members of Thunder haven't been here before. First timers for them. So, if they see the Earth Spirit roll in or the rebound coming in, if they pop the BKB fast enough, it could be a team fight game changer.
Yes. Also, if they get the jump. Right? Yes. This game is so much about who jumps who. You have this Mars looking for the multi-spears. You have Zayat and Nisha looking
lamang pa rin Thunder Awaken. Ay, hindi. Secret pala.
This is what's going to determine the fight. You also got Trickster Cloak for this Morphin. This is a very big item in this game in terms of his survivability. The magic resist, the evasion.
Okay na, malapag lang sa Morphling yung ano, yung ulti. Pwede to, lusaw tong Morphling na to, pre. Aga names Disruptor ult. Malapag sa Morph yan. Jump. Oo, pre, ayun. Uy, sablay ha, sablay una. Gago, sakit no? Ang sakit daw. Ang sakit ng right click. Balibag! Bag! Morphling! Ayun! Ayun! Pasok yung ulti! Okay lang. Nagawa mo na yung trabaho mo, papi. Nagawa mo yung trabaho mo. Nailapag mo yung ulti mo sa Morphling. Rocks to, pre. Rocks. Uy! Ito po. Nice! Beautiful!
Team Secret look to just potentially end the game. We only have 2 buybacks left.
Tangina, tapos na yata ata. Walang buyback. Ay, meron.
Possibly do this without their supports.
Nisha is just playing out of his mind.
Pag nasa loob na, iiyak at paglabas mo rito, nakaano ka dyan.
Kaz wasn't expecting that Hex to be that low.
Parang ano ba yung nag-moodies paglabas, okay.
And then he basically got blink Hex
Sure,
again. It's just so hard.
They're gonna force the buybacks here. Our Team Secret.
Okay na yun. Uy, masyadong maasim naman. Baka pwedeng
Thunder to use more
tap na lang.
And are they gonna continue to assault?
Yan.
Is gonna try and take
Masyadong maasim, pre.
Level 25 dive all healing.
Uli! Lockdown! Bag! Patay ka na, puki ng ina mo, nabuhay ka pa, pre.
Chasing after them, but he's got to be careful. Doesn't want to overextend. They have the buyback. Secret's coming back in, but Dark Mago's already dead. Rolling Thunder on up. They cannot let
Sige. Gulong-gulong ka dyan. Right-clicking ka dyan ni Draw Ranger.
But sadly, I don't think they can chase after this. You can see Matthew setting up with his Aghanim Scepter. They wanted to keep going, but now...
Oy, Hex! Uli! BKB! Patay Grandma! Patay Snapfire! Pwede umabol ha. Binalibag yung Pango. Right-click.
Blink away. He's good. No physical damage came out. Team Secret will
Gagi, tapos na to,
keep
pre.
the pressure up.
Rax, hindi, wag Rax. Secret. Wag mainit. Rax lang muna, tapos wait sa Roshan. Alam naman na result eh. Wag na maasim. Okay na yun, objective lang. Kayang-kaya na nila i-go yung Morphling, pre. Sabi ko na tagilid yung Morphling kanina. Kasi Disruptor eh. May MRC pa eh. Tapos may ES pa. Ang ganda ng last pick nila ES, no? 4 lang yung ES na yan, ha? Last pick yan.
But man, with that level 25 Edict talent, I would have thought they would have pushed Throne there. Yeah, at least try and force some more economic damage out of Thunder.
Baka mag-throw pa kayo, pre.
Certainly an opportunity.
Mapagkas boss eh, medyo may trangkaso ako, tapos barado yung ilong ko eh. Hindi mapagsalita na maayos. Smoke? Forward smoke? O, salubungan na oh. Wala pang Mars ha?
This is maybe just the smarter play here. Puppy with the smoke. The air will jump.
Uy, hindi nila na-expect to par. Huli! Huli pa! Huli pa yung Pango. GG. Yeah. Uy.
Never hurt anybody. They know there's no buybacks on this Thunder side, so that's another 70 that you're without this control from the Banglier, without the raid pack.
Just keep them with the numbers down.
This isn't
Wala na to, pre.
I mean, are you giving it to Nisha?
Wala nung nag-hex yung si Nisha. Hindi na nakagalaw yung Morphling eh. Tapos nung naka-Aghanim sa si Papi, secure na yung laro.
He dives in, I guess, deep enough that it probably doesn't matter.
Oo. Hirap na to, pre.
That's pretty much the only choice.
Kaya nila, kahit yung Disruptor na to, eh, pwede na rin pumasok yan eh.
Kick out as well.
Yeah. We almost have the Blink Dagger on Puppy, which is huge when you have the Aghanim Scepter, because now you could solo initiate team fights instead of following up Rezos.
Too many things to think about here for Thunder. One ward gets lost, one hero gets spotted.
Huli ka!
Dark Mago.
Uy, ganda! BKB? Gogo. Ang sakit na ni Chrysalis. Tie back.
takes him across because on the hunt has to wait for him.
Manta, nice one. Hex cooldown na. Cheese. Uli ka, boy. GG. Beautiful dots.
Team Secret will take game 1 in this upper bracket match.
They put the Macaw's Morphling to bed a little bit there. Did not feel like the Thunder aggression could come out in that game.
Papi yan.
Just clinical gameplay from Secret. The rune control, the Roche control. They gave nothing up to this Thunder team, and they're getting to their item timings. They're getting to that triple BKB. They're getting to the late game where they have Ags on their supports. Those fights just become impossible. You have to hit these crazy spears off the back of the Dark Mago Mars, but you're not going to hit those every time, especially versus a veteran team who's not going to lose their cool at all. Very clinical gameplay coming out from Secret. Thunder, you're going to have to amp yourselves up here a little bit for game 2.
Si Papi
Team Secret came into this well prepared for the Thunder aggression. Pretty much shut it down, right?
Oh,
it really didn't feel like this was the Thunder getting the momentum like they have before.
Papi,
So it's going to be a little rough, I think, to be able to bounce back from a loss like that. But if any team can, it's certainly Thunder. And I'm sure the panel has a lot to say about their chances going into this.
Thank you very much, Cap and SVG. Yes, the storyline for this
guys,
one,
break time muna. Kain muna kayo dyan, guys. Kain muna kayo. Kuha muna kayong pagkain nyo.
Game 1 was Thunder Awaken didn't get to play their aggression and really were off to a bit of a slow start and played into Team Secret's kind of BKBs and then progression through their items and just, amazing play all around by Secret. But will we see a better Thunder Awaken?
We probably will in game 2. I was even worried for Secret from the get-go. Like the way they were rotating across the map, it looked like they weren't expecting Morphling's itemization. He itemized completely for that early game. He went Dragonlance, Power Treads. They tried to kill him a couple of times. They got severely punished. But Thunder Awakened, they always felt like they were on the timer. And because of that, they were the ones that actually took that away from Secret and kind of learned from their mistakes, I guess, and started doing the same mistakes.
Yeah, I feel like for Thunder Awaken, they had an opportunity with their spells that they had to be a little bit more aggressive, but they weren't able to break down the map quick enough. That Secret, at 22 minutes and 9 seconds, Rezo and Chrysalis identically bought a BKB, and then 10 seconds before that, Nisha bought a BKB. 9 minutes later, Ursula has a BKB. So by 30 minutes into the game, 4 heroes have a BKB. Disruptor's already got Glimmer well on the way to Ags. It was just Secret playing just calm, methodical Dota, waiting for their items to then crush the game plan of
Kain muna, guys, kain.
Awaken.
Yeah, and just an amazing performance by Nisha there. Had the time of his life on his Lestrak. Sorry, sheeped.
Wait lang, guys, ha. Kuha lang ang pagkain ko.
I wanted 1 point.
Wait lang.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Thunder Awaken tried. They had their trademark like 8 minutes, smoke the mid laner to the off lane, kill Rezo there, did a good job with that. Like they tried some of their moves, but it's all very readable. And it felt like the key moment for me was when they gave up this Roche. There was this fight outside the Roche pit, the first Roche. We had buyback from Dark Margo, we had buyback from Dry Ranger as well, and Secret really got that Roche for free afterwards. Spells on cooldown, and this sort of set the rest of the game's tempo for Secret to just win.
I mean, some of the fights in the Dire Jungle, the first one actually went in favor of Thunder Awaken, and then the second one they were like, okay, we can probably do this again. They have some real big blow-up potential with the Mars Arena and some damage on top. But Zayats breaks the smoke. They notice Matthew on the Snapfire. He tries the Glimmer Cape, but then it's all too late because everyone else in Team Secret is like, okay, we know what's up. They pull back, and then that arena went haywire in terms of not great for Thunder Awaken, and it really felt like the team fights after that kind of just followed trend with the BKBs now on Secret.
They did, but all the moves, all the smokes, strategy of this game was extremely enjoyable from both sides. From Secret, the way they set up the castle around the draw while she's farming the triangle, and at the same time from Thunder Awaken, the way they smoke, the way they ping out the Earth Spirit on the cliff, and then they show the Morphling in the river but move around him. Yeah. It's some next level plays right there.
And one of the things we've got to follow with this storyline is actually this, a lot of people are saying, is Puppy's one of his best chances to win a TI, but he's been at a lot of them. And to tell us a little bit about Puppy is our friend Purge.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, he is the last remaining all-TI player. No other player has been to every single TI. But a little backstory on Puppy, for those not in the know. He came from the best Dota 1 team at the time when TI 1 rolled around. And after 3 weeks of practice, they ended up crushing TI 1 and being the first champions. The next year, they were still the team. I was there 10 years ago, actually 10 years ago, right place, right time to get hugged by Puppy. I didn't wash that jacket. and I sold it on eBay immediately afterwards. It was very worth it. At TI3, Puppy and Navi were still in the grand finals, proving that they were the best Dota team and that they had so much esteem. But it really went downhill afterwards, and at that point, Puppy ends up leaving Navi and forming Team Secret. Secret never struggled to attract top talent because Puppy had so much win and he was on the squad, but they had a lot of disappointing performances, and that led to many, many swaps and different rosters. Their worst results were TI6 and TI7. But in the 2018, Secret roster swapped again, and things were starting to look a little bit up. They placed one step higher at TI, getting 5th, 6th place and winning over $1 million, a little bit more than Puppy won as a team at TI1. 2019 got even better for Puppy and Secret. They were consistently crushing every single tournament. Puppy was back finally. They didn't win TI that year, but they went even higher, one more step up. 4th place, $2 million. 2022, 2021, inconsistent results, but again, they showed up strong at TI. 3rd place, $3.6 million. So now Puppy's here, his 11th, the international, already overperforming. Let's see how far he can go.
Thank you very much, Purge. And yeah, those pictures of Puppy with the lanyards are actually a real picture. That's how he rolls into TIs. He gets off the plane, he's got 10 lanyards, you think he's Flavor Flav. He goes through the hotel lobby, stares people down, sideboard mat behind him with shades, boombox, Estonian rap music. It's tough. It's tough to look up against that team. He's devastating. So, yeah, brilliant history and a lot of fans for Team Secret. And I do believe that we're going to check in on Singapore. So let's see if Casey and Slacks are there to say hi.
I swear, did I hear James say rap, as in rap music? That makes me so happy. Okay, yes, we are here to show you and share a little bit. What are you doing? What is this?
I'm waving. Hi. Yes. Hi, Norway.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hello. We thought it would be fun to kind of emphasize the internationalness of TI by... How close they are to all these amazing fans. So we have several different language broadcasts here. We have Chinese language, Russian language, Portuguese language, Spanish language, and English language casters all in one place in harmony.
Yeah, and we've never had them this close to the crowd and just being able to interact. But I think it's really neat. All the languages, the international after all. It's not just named that for nothing, Casey. It's pretty cool. So, guys, you know, we got some casters around there. Who's your favorite caster?
OD Pixel.
OD Pixel. Oh, okay.
Well,
no problem.
Where?
Next series, I think.
I'm there.
Okay, spoiler alert, sorry. Favorite caster duo?
Obviously Cap.
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
And the other one with Cap.
There you go.
Oh, you mean Blitz?
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, Casey.
Yates SVG.
There you go. That's kind.
Trying to help a brother out there.
Casey.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your
Wait,
favorite.
where did you come from?
Oh, my goodness.
I tried to get you earlier. You said no. Who's your favorite casting duo?
Cinnamon and Sunsman?
Oh!
Yes. Yes, and you?
Oh,
So we got to give a shout out to some of the C-casters as well, but I mean, I go way back with this guy Cap, and I do miss Blitz on the stage as well, casting, so I mean, I don't know. Let's get him back here soon.
Did he pay you to say that?
No.
You sure about that? Did you pay him to say that?
Maybe later, we'll see. A couple drinks later, we'll find
Okay,
Oh, okay, all right.
We might have missed a moment. Cap, in a frustration, threw the water bottle, and yet again, in a fit of frustration, it went on his head again. Cap, stay away from the bottles, bro, all right? We got to get those away. Take it easy. Take it easy, white boy. Put it down. Thank you very much. All right, anyway, everybody's getting some good show here today. A lot of different languages, a lot of people coming together here at the International, and we're having a hell of a good time.
All right, I know we have to send it back, but I need to hear more from people.
Okay.
Why is it so quiet? Don't worry about getting me on camera, Myron. I'm just trying to hear from the people. Just make some noise.
Thank you very much, Casey and Slacks. Yeah, you know, upper bracket games. You know, a lot of fans for both of these teams out there. But I think, like, you know, even though people have such a history with Team Secret, I do believe that Thunder Awaken have really garnered a lot of fans coming to this from an international scene as well, and that's one of the things that I think Casey and Slacks kind of talked about. You know, this is the international, and now even our broadcast is, you know, in so many languages, and it's really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, when you have teams like Thunder Awaken playing with their hearts on their sleeves and also playing with such aggression and skill, it's easy to be won over, right? So hopefully they can bounce back and get to another 3-game series today against Secret.
Yeah, well, hopefully so. I think they'll be out on stage in just a moment. But what would they need to change, Sheep, to go, you know, what's the kind of pep talk that they might have had backstage?
I actually really liked their draft overall. I think I wanted to see a sniper instead of a morphling, but like I don't think it's a problem. I think mostly it was just their play and cleaning it up and being able to hold that map and stuff. And, you know, they're making the right moves, but they're not making them consistently, and they're giving up map space, and kind of their team fights were a little rough. Like, they had a good idea. Let's take the triangle. Let's stand on the high ground. You know, let's look and poke for a fight. And then, you know, it's just, it all goes wrong when they poke out bad.
Yeah, they just need to forget about that game, focus a little bit more on the next one. Morphling getting caught in the middle with a fresh bot hacks should not be happening at this stage of the tournament, I believe. They just need to focus and it will be better.
And I think Secret's one of the best teams in the world at counter-aggression. In Europe, they dominated teams from playing defensively, waiting for a time, and then fighting. So Thunder Awaken, Secret just pairs well into that style of play. So I think they just got to respect that Secret is good on defense, and then if they want to be aggressive as a team, just go 10 times harder, really break down Secret.
All right, well, we'll see if they double down, because the teams are ready to rejoin us here at the International as they'll be coming out on stage for game number 2. Team Secret taking the first game up 1-0, one away from locking their place into the upper bracket finals. But of course, Thunder Awaken will have something to say about that as they get ready to sit down and soon will be going into the draft. I'm sure Thunder Awaken, as you guys mentioned on the panel, yeah, not too much to worry about, but just be a little bit more Thunder Awaken in a way. If you're going to play aggressive, you know, really turn up the tempo. And it was kind of said in the green room as we were watching that you guys felt that they took it just maybe a little bit too slow. Nisha, of course, coming off a fantastic last match, will have a lot of confidence. Chrysalis playing the Drow, I think he had a pretty phenomenal, and I wouldn't say easy game, but his team really enabled him.
Yeah, they definitely enabled him. And usually these kind of glass cannony heroes, they need a team to enable them. They need a rock like Puppy to stand in front.
And there's Puppy looking to lock his place into the upper bracket finals.
We saw from the stats from Purge's segment, you know, of course, each TI is going up by 1 placement, each TI, the last 4 ones. So in theory, he should be getting at least to the grand final.
You see like a good chef just fine-tuning the dish.
Yeah, so
kick one player out, get another one in. Is that the fine-tuning?
Pretty much, yeah. Unfortunately, though, for him, though, stats-wise, it means he should be placing second this TI. So he's going to get to the grand finals and finish second, but at least then next year, he's locked in his free TI win as long as he, you know...
As long as he shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
Instantly given the ages, right? He doesn't even have to play.
When you have that many TIs, you just get it, yeah.
You just have to, like, check in all of your TI badges. Like, that's why he carries them around all the time, because he's just waiting
so
to
if
hit
you collect them...
Yes.
It's a play 12, get 1 free.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's worth mentioning, Team Secret did come 3rd place last year. But what can we say about Thunder Awaken here and the players from their last match coming into this one?
Overall, I'm just amazed by the precision of their gameplay. Like, realistically, this is a team from South America that no one expected to even get this far, right? Beast Host perhaps, but not necessarily Thunder Awaken. If they could just fine-tune it a tiny little bit, I believe we can go to game 3, but they did hit a rock in that last game.
I think the good thing for them, at least, is their group stage, they had at least, I think it was like 6 draws to their name. Like, they haven't had experiences yet where they dominated groups and they've never lost a game yet. Like, they have taken L's so far in their TI run. Like, so this isn't going to be some weird experience and like, guys, we were doing so well with the South American team, suddenly nearly top 3. Like, they've already experienced this style of...
yeah, I think they've been really consistent. I mean, they got 2 wins, 6 draws and 1 loss in the groups. And of course, they took out Evil Geniuses in the upper bracket, who had the best group stage to be here against Team Secret.
One thing that they didn't have in the last game was maybe saves that they usually have. Is that something that you would like to see Sheepo from them, perhaps?
It is definitely in Panda's style of play to take these saves, but I do think the Crystal Maiden is is very strong and deals with so many meta heroes that I think it's good to adapt, and like something that Thunder Awaken do that other teams in South America like Beast Coast don't have is this adaptation. It's one of the reasons why they're pulling ahead and getting better as a team. So I'm definitely not against it. It's mostly just like a little bit of a discipline thing. If you look as two contrasting examples, right? When they were holding that triangle, Dark Margo, he poked his head out into the lane and instantly got punished and killed, and it ruined their entire play. Meanwhile, Secret, they are reading this map well. When they're holding the triangle, they realize Thunder Awaken's not here. And what do? They just back out of that triangle and go all the way across the map to their own, because they know that there's too many angles for Thunder to like catch them off guard by. And that is just like the high-level stuff that sets them apart.
All right, thank you very much, Sheet. Well, it looks like we're ready to go into the picks and bans of Game 2.
Awaken. Team Secret versus Thunder Awaken. Game 2.
We could be seeing a third best of 3 here today, and that's a nice change. Everything else is, prior to today went 2-0, but so far we've gone all the way, and this one definitely I feel could still have the same kind of storyline. But Team Secret definitely a lot of momentum going into this, and I think they're quite confident. And as you say, they're the seasoned team. So that also makes them even kind of scarier with what they might be able to do in the draft, maybe, Lizard, just because they have a little bit of flexibility?
Of course, when you're a seasoned team, when you're a puppy, like when you're this drafter, you already have seen it all, literally, right? So he can go back to like TI6 strat, pull one out, like bring it back here. There's definitely a lot of versatility that the history is giving him, the experience is giving him.
And talking about old school, yeah, we've seen a couple of Drows now. One from PSG LGD, and that was victorious, and this one as well. And people weren't really, thinking too much of Drow. They were really thinking of Sniper, Sheet.
The Drow versus Sniper is just... They're kind of just different in how they work, because this Morph last pick, whilst we all predicted it, right, it's still a good matchup for Drow. Her ult is piercing base armor. It means it's always good against these Adu heroes. It makes the matchup a little bit harder, where Sniper is meant to like outrange and be better, and he can get that mobility from his shard that Drow can't get, and she has to get like a 4-star. These two heroes are massively different in how they fit into the match.
I feel like one difference here from Thunder Awaken is they're snapping up the heroes that they want much earlier on. Don't you think so, T? Like, Zeus been banned out in the last match, right?
I mean, Zeus is the hero for Thunder Awaken. When you think about like damage-wise, like Dark Margo, he's like averaging, I think so far in games, like over 1,000 damage per minute, or in a peak game and it was on the Zeus. So it's like he's holding the record right now for TI games just from being so active, and that was the key difference at the previous game. He played this Mars, and then he retreated towards the jungle. And I remember during the cast as well, like Cap and SUD, it's like, Dark Margo's farming stacks. He's in the jungle. It's like, that is so, like, not uncharacteristic, but the fact that you're playing this hero is normally, this player, sorry, is very forward thinking. So yeah, I like the fact that in this phase of the draft, they're just going, let's give him his hero, let's get some fight going, and let's play our style once again.
They have given him his hero very early on, and that kind of does put them in a peculiar spot in which they now have to waste a lot of bans in securing him. That's why you see the Storm, that's why you see the TA banned out right now.
It's just funny to say that the hero is a Zeus. Like, if it was any other hero, it's like, okay, cool, but like we're talking about a first phase pick 8 Zeus, but you don't really see any other team doing it. But this is like one of the few teams that, I feel like it's the only team that's actually doing it in this position. But like you mentioned, ban-wise, they are having to ban out a Storm, a TA. Probably don't have to do back ride anymore, because of course he has to jump, but maybe even Quap potentially.
Yeah, there's just so many ways of dealing with him. Like any sort of a hero that of course, you do have that jump now available to you. Like you have a mobility spell built in, but then again, if they find heroes that can get on top of you easily, you're still a Zeus.
I mean, speaking of one of those heroes, Marcy was massively banned, throughout the tournament. Now it's been let through twice. Rezo had it game 1 with the BKB. Maybe not as, huge of an impact as some of his teammates when it came to just, raw damage output. But for creating those moments, I mean, is that something to be concerned for?
Of course. Do you think that's enough, though, Sheep? Like, is Marcy enough to get on top of Zeus?
I think it's one thing. I like it on pos 4 a lot, because when you throw him back, if you are able to rotate on mid as a 4 and throw him back, the jump only can go so far, right? You're already pulling him a bit out of position, so I like it more as a 4 than as an offlaner. But Rezo makes the hero work so dominatingly that I'm super down to just give it to him as well, especially since he's feeling good from the first game.
Dapat yata di binigay niyo
Second
Zeus.
phase Kunkka. We saw PSG do it yesterday. Now Secret doing once again. Just solidifies your draft against skirmishing lineups, skirmishing styles. And Thunder Awaken, they probably wanted to go like Crystal Maiden +1 in this position. The CM to enable the Nyx, just the general fighting style. But now there's a Kunkka. It's like they're going to run into that 20-minute BKB timing once again, be it the Marcy, now the Kunkka. If they fully subscribe to skirmishing styles, they naturally will have less BKB piercing stuns, and they could just have the same style as Game On.
It gives you damage mitigation right from the boat, from the ramp. At the same time, you have two of these heroes that kind of want to play on the outskirts or maybe poke their head, give vision. Like Nyx always likes to scout, right? Like if you scout over a sentry ward, you're pretty much dead. That X marks the spot will seal the deal. The same goes with Zeus. Like we were talking about Marcy and how she might not be enough, but now that you have Kunkka as well, it is enough. All you need is that one single stun to set up for the X mark, and then he can jump all he wants. He will be brought back.
Do you think the opener as well from Thunder Awaken is leaning towards a little bit more kind of map, I wouldn't say control, but kind of being comfortable, because, you know, Nyx can scout a little bit, Zeus can de-ward quite cheaply. Last time it felt like a couple of their jumps in the dire jungle just, you know, didn't work out just because of the vision that Secret had.
Yeah, there's definitely some advantage to be had in those two heroes when it comes to like vision and map awareness, and just even using the ulti of Zeus to scout, right, to pinpoint where everyone is at the beginning of the team fights. So it is helpful.
It's one of those things where Secret, they love to fortify their farming areas really well, unlike other teams where they'll look to go fight and then they'll have like indirect control of the map. Secret's more, we really occupy our territory more. And when you have Zeus and Nyx and these heroes, and also when you pair it with multiple skirmishing heroes, you can just break down those areas of the map a lot easier. You can actually take the fight and the 5-on-5. Thunder Awaken, they do opt to go for that Crystal Maiden, as we mentioned. It's just depending on what style they want to go for with their... Much like offlane pick, they can still go like the Pango route just to cut through the early fight, but you might lead into that same problem that I keep mentioning with BKBs.
I do think that's a good point about fortifying the areas you're playing in as well, because Nyx is a hero that wants to look for these pickoffs, especially as this patch seems to slow down a little bit. If you are keeping sentries down and using heroes to break smokes and break these things, it's harder to find these types of pickoffs. And I think Thunder have set it up really nicely for themselves in the fact that you have one playmaker with your Nyx who scouts, and the Zeus damage is always going to be there, especially when he gets the Ags. So right now they have a really amazing pickoff lineup, and Secret can respond to that with these next heroes in making more of a ball of people that just play together and don't want to super split up or can cover each other. Because I think that was one of the biggest problems Thunder had last game, was that it felt like as they got more pressured, they started to break apart more and not cover each other. They weren't buying 4-staffs, they weren't having heroes sitting behind other heroes and saving them.
On one side you get Watermelon, right, Tidehunter for some team fight. On the other, they just pick up the Ursa as an instant answer in the laning stage at least. Then later on you can shoot right through him. By the way, we have noticed one bug in the draft so far, Nyx Assassin. What about the Brood Mother? Is that not a hero in this matchup? Because they have played it on Secret, but so far in the first game and in the second, left untouched.
Thunder Awaken don't play the hero, or at least so far at TI, and Secret's a team where they won't always jump on the most meta heroes. They'll just keep it in the back of their mind, and if they see an opportunity, they'll present it.
I had the feeling that it was a decent
Patricio
perhaps up to the Tidehunter pick.
Up to Watermelon, yeah.
It feels like it's an offlaner, right? For the most part, everyone's playing offlane, and when they take this Marcy, I think they're confidently wanting to give it to Rezo. Yeah, so there's just no space for the Brood. Because we've seen the Brood style understanding that the more pressure you put on it and delaying this Wraith Pack timing, the worse of a hero it is. Whereas Marcy feels a little bit more versatile because her laning is so powerful. She's really just needs like her BKB and then she can just go.
By the way, we did mention that Marcy is most likely Rezo, right? But at the same time, they did play the Silencer even on the offlane. So they can adjust these things very, very easily according to the last pick of Thunder Awaken.
I'm a little bit concerned for Thunder Awaken because they rely heavily on exiting lanes with a slight advantage to be able to set the tempo of the game. Because once they get to this mid game, they rely on the Ravage to be their primary defensive spell, and if you ever get the Ursa blinking on or the Marcy jumping in and you get on top of her Zeus, there aren't these saves unless like 4-stars and Glimmers come into play. So Secret do kind of have a bit more of a easier time playing the game as it scales. Maybe Picard's carry can shift that balance.
What's brewing, James? games, I have a feeling you have an idea.
AWAKEN play Slark, or I mean, because like I'm thinking about their hero, and they've got so
Game
much
2.
jump on Team Secret.
Wait lang,
and it's
tapusin
Picasso
natin
looking
drop.
at now for his carry pick. So what are you guys thinking?
He hasn't played it. He didn't play it in the group stage at least, because I also was thinking about Slark and look for it. So
Hey.
big brains. Yeah.
But it is a South American hero, right? Like all these regions that like aggressive playstyle, carries always play Slark. Like it's one of those top heroes that has to be played. It just brings you MMR, right? If it brings you MMR, the carry player is gonna love it.
It feels like Thunder Awaken need a carry that just can win
Like
the
an
game.
carry yata.
Because Nixer can relatively secure tie. Zeus normally farms well mid. Yeah, they banned the Bloodseeker because that's what they paired last time with it.
Ayun, Seeker.
And CM Bloodseeker lane, you will just
Yan, Arem,
win your bot
Seeker
lane
mukha.
and you'll provide yourself a good time to play.
They need objectives.
Oo nga, no, kamukha nga ni
Don't
Arem,
you
no?
see a lack of that, right?
They
So
have nothing that pushes
European
and sieges
version.
towers. They have nothing that takes Roche. I think they have really good vision-giving heroes that can help against the us at taking Roche. But yeah, you need something that can take them yourselves.
The thing with Thunder Awaken is they don't
Okay,
always
last pick nila.
think with that mindset. They sometimes think with more the if the heroes are dead, the towers can fall after, right?
That's true.
Naga.
I still wouldn't want to be siege.
Naga!
yeah, exactly. You still
ka,
don't
Naga
want
to,
to
pre.
be hitting towers with Zeus
Ay,
and the
hindi.
Crystal Maiden. It can be a little bit
Masyadong
difficult to do.
matatagalan pag nagnaga.
Stuff like what Gyro they've played in the past on Picard that could potentially be that hero.
I don't think I'd want Gyrocopter into the.
There's
There's
Life
this
stealer.
one other.
It's a hard position to be clear.
Life stealer
There's one other
yata, pre.
XU panelist
In
here.
first bomb sa Knights,
Maybe
ay
you've
sa
heard of
Knicks.
him. He had a very wild idea this morning
Yep.
for his draft. It was a troll. We're probably not seeing
LS.
that, right? Most likely not. Certainly.
LS na to?
I mean,
Because it looks kind of decent here.
kinda, yeah, good for the lane. I'm a believer in anything for lanes, and I go for the
Lord?
start.
Nice.
James is on fire.
Yeah,
That's
Me
it.
and Thunder Awaken, you know.
he's actually
We're in tune.
he's the coach. He's the secondary coach or the third coach.
Lord?
Yeah, he ain't called too good for nothing.
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
this like,
matchup
it pretty
sa
much gives
Ursa.
them the fight, right? Where after the lane, they're going to be able to just continue skirmishing and fighting. And if this Ursa wants to go for this Battle Fury plus extra build, Thunder Awaken can bring everyone to an engagement.
For me, it feels like it falls into SA, SEA, and back in the day, Eastern European playstyle.
4 Marcy to?
You do not have objective taking, but you're not looking to take objectives.
Exactly.
You're looking to fight constantly. This Slark eventually will become that beast. If he steals enough agi, he will take down the towers on his own.
And this is like the Bloodseeker ban from Secrets, right? If they didn't ban Bloodseeker, Thunder Awaken would just pick it. They would have CM Bloodseeker, great lane. But now that they've banned it, Slug feels better, feels more comfortable.
Kulang sila ng
And Secret's like,
control.
yeah, I guess it's all right.
I love how Heen is right now.
Very passionate.
Heen, the coach, he is
Ano,
like,
speak
he's
nila, pre?
laying down a point. He's like, we are doing this. It's been
Let's
decided.
rock ulit.
Phones off.
And it's a good point.
It's a good Leshrac.
It's a really
You
good point.
will play Leshrac. Stop complaining. I don't care if there's a
He's
Nyx.
like, I'm bored. I want to play another hero. I won last game. It was, yeah. But there we go. The,
Sobrang
draft
sama para
is
kay
locked
Papi.
in.
Sim.
Final thoughts?
This Leshrac pick, even though there's a
Congrats sa
it
nila,
gives
Dandy.
Secret a
Okay,
way
game
to
2, guys,
group
game
up and
2.
play around and prevent Slug from wanting to get into the middle of the fight due to all that AoE damage. This Slug needs to be a little bit more careful now. I'm excited to see where Secret's players pick the heroes. Like, we didn't really get to see where they're going.
Even though last game I had a feeling their draft was perfect, this time around I can see the cracks. I can see the openings for SA.
Same here. I'm a big fan, and you can always itemize around it. This lot can go Mage Slayer, BKB, all good.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to be sending it over to the commentators.
Game,
This
game.
Team Secret could be punching their way into the upper bracket finals, but Thunder Awaken have picked a lineup that wants to fight, and that's exactly what they need to do. Let's send it over to Cap and SVG to bring us the game.
In their opening game against Team Secret in the group stage, they lost that
They
game,
didn't.
and then they went in to go into game 2, where they managed to bounce back and get a victory off of, big part, Dark Mago Zeus. And now, in this upper bracket semifinals, one game down, they turned their attention once again to that Zeus.
Dark Mago does not play too many heroes, but the ones he does play, he plays quite well.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Zeus first phase, it's one way to either clinch your berth or go down to the lower bracket. Very risky hero, in my opinion, the first phase versus Team Secret. I think they're one of the better teams to react into something. And in the end, I mean, they get this resolution Leshrac last pick. I think it's something where it could have been anybody's hero going into anywhere, but instead they're trying to address the Slark. Not a huge amount of gap close for the Zeus. I feel there's a silencer global. You can up the tempo with the Ursa, but if this game goes very, very late, you're fighting into Nyx, Tide, Zeus, ultra late game, could get a little spooky. That said, this is kind of a cooldown heavy lineup for Thunder, right? Not something I think they're super used to playing, and something Ursa tends to abuse very well.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how that lack of gap close. I mean, do you think Crystallis is going to go for, like, how quick do you think he's going to go for a Blink Dagger in a setup like this?
He's going to be thinking about it.
Because he doesn't want to hurt his own scaling into the game, right? But at the same time, they really only have Marcy. I mean, maybe you could go the Blink Dagger sort of build on Rezo that we saw from Nisha last game, but off lane, Leshrac, not exactly expecting the same kind of farm.
I mean, there's two factors, right? A lot of the Ursas to this tournament have been going the Battle Fury build to just scale into the late game.
Yep.
And the other factor is, you know, your Team Seeker. If greed is an option, this team tends to greed it out. You know, they're not afraid to play that triple carry role. Just play it safe. And again, this Thunder lineup, I'm not sure it can punish it too hard. It's kind of like you want to hit your big spells, get good core kills with them, and wait for this Slark to come online in the late game fights, play off the Zeus vision, get some pokes in and out. I don't think there's going to be some super fast game for Thunder, though. I say that, and they're the team that can often surprise you, even with some.
Ano ba sa Thunder? South America.
Like they set themselves up to not be too pressured if they go into the late game. I mean, they've got some very good scaling heroes as well, right?
I think so. I think this Nyx Zeus opener is designed to be like, all right, last game felt very hard to take those late game fights. I don't think we want to be in that position game 2.
So no, nasa bot lane lahat.
A little bit, as long as we can make sure those later game fights feel better, because you're not going to run Team Secret over. And I think we learned that game 1. They are too clinical, too good at playing around their vision, too good at shutting down the aggressive moves. You're going to have to face them in this 30 to 40 minute period and win the game there. And that is where this Slark starts getting the essence shift up. Become very scary for this lineup. It's an old school silencer counter as well. We're going to see the Slark Shadowblade playstyle, but it is a hero that can eliminate vision from the map and make the fights very awkward for this secret support duo.
Well, they may have gotten the early ward pickup, which is really good, not just for gold, but experience too. But Thunder do get 3 bounties. Are they going to pay for it, though? Looks like Matthew will, as the next stun is going to be coming up. He pops the Fairy Fire, the Splitter lands.
Nice.
Picks up the first.
Leshrac offlane.
That is a big kill to give away.
Offlane pala Leshrac. Game 3. Tignan natin, pre. Offlane Leshrac eh.
She's going to be very happy to abuse, and the Cause also choosing to let this block his wave and let the first wave under his tower. So this lane is going to shoot out very fast. Normally something I don't enjoy doing with Slark. This hero isn't that good at abusing heroes early. You generally want to play for that level 4 to 6 type area where you at least have some stats.
What is the point of ever pulling the creep wave under your tower? It pushes out, is it for what, like trying to get pulls off?
I mean, if you do it well, you can almost guarantee a level 2 burst, and you can try and kill them with it. You're also going to double wave them, so it's harder for them to aggress on you and burn your regen. Sure. So in that sense, it might be safer for Pakaz. But I still think after the first one, the wave being up this far, Rezo is going to feel very good right now. Extra stats, extra range versus double melee lane. They put Matthew down here as well.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. Normally we try and pair up range hero with melee heroes, so we have this nice spacing, but they keep Pandamu at top lane.
I think they're worried about this Ursa Tide matchup, but probably for good reason. You put a Nyx Tide up here versus Ursa. Fuzzy Wuzzy, it's not going to make your life happy.
Wuzzy.
So I can understand that switch, but I am worried about this Nyx Slark lane. This is not a strong lane by any means.
Uy.
And it's just giving Rezo free
Ibigyan mo si Pakaz?
entire period.
Uy! Pakaz? Pakaz?
He's going to have to blow
oh,
the charges and barely squeeze right on by Zayat to keep himself alive.
Oh, ina, muntik ma. Uy, patay yata to.
It's a far stretch from being able to win the lane. Being fed all these tangos isn't going to change much. He's going to have a hard time approaching the creep wave with this kind of kill.
This is going to be tough side lanes for Thunder. They're going to have to play them very well over the next, the early game to get out of them in a good shape. Not like last game where they had all the nuke power in the world to just sway those core matchups.
That always feels bad. Using a spell and still getting it denied. Puppey is going to die in the top lane, so the combinations of
ni Papi namatay na naman, oh. Uy, Ursa. Hala.
Mid-jump there.
Ay.
And the finishing blow delivered by Pandamu. looks like the decision to put the Crystal Maiden in the
Naka,
top
naka, naka.
lane has won a matchup that normally is not won. Tidehunter versus Ursa. Normally that's a freebie.
I'm not sure Secret should be giving up the kills on this lane, but of course Sacred and Pandamu committing to all 4 nukes on this lane early to get those kills, and that's a huge payoff for them. Anytime you can swing these bad matches for Ty with Gush, you're very happy.
Oh, gets a pounce block. This time Zion stays in front of him, and they're going to get them maybe the +1. He does have the mango, and he can pop the spike carapace just in case. Doesn't
Nice, patay din Slark. Okay lang.
That is not going to be the worst death for Picasso. It drains Rezo of all his mana and gets to come back full. Sacred getting glaved down at the end of this.
Oh!
I'm going to have to walk to base here. Lucky he has boots to not feel terrible about it.
It's kind of a similar situation, right? Where they killed the carry, but Ursa comes right back in. They blew all those mangoes. Now they no longer had that, so...
Pica's in trouble again.
Hit by the splitter.
Uy,
This
Pakas!
combination of being able to jump in, followed up with the splitter, which is just too damn powerful. Science is not able to deliver the final blow underneath the tower. Comps a bit of damage for his...
Ganda ng ano pa yun. Ang ganda ng last pick nila, pre.
The salves you need on this lane. He is
Bagay
trying
sa akin,
his best to
Jacket.
use flag bearers and tower region. Decent hero to do it. And he even had to go
Ano niya,
early
lamig ako.
just to try and live through these rebounds that are really messing with him.
And the weird part is they've got a mid Zeus, so it's not even like they have a mid hero that can rotate to the side lanes early and help them, you know, disrupt things a bit.
Nope, but he can provide that ult. If you end up in a trade scenario where people are low.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, these side lanes I feel are actually going decent for Thunder. Like, I don't think Secret's too happy with this top lane because the Maiden went up here. It really shuts down how much Ursa can just run Tide down the lane. So Sacred's having a pretty
Ay, nga, no?
And yeah, Picasso is getting abused bottom. But it's not worth it, isn't looking too bad.
Going better than you would expect, right?
Yeah. That said, I'm not sure his lane gets much better for him.
Yeah. And we'll see how this top lane goes as well. Ursa now being level 4. Mid lane, though, bright shiny part there for Thunder. Dark Mago. He's almost to his 6. His top CS on the board, so he's faring very well against Nisha, which is pretty impressive considering the power of the Kunkka. The fact that he's got 4 denies is pretty nice.
I mean, and the power of Nisha.
Yeah, that's true.
The top 3 mid laner in the world any day of the week.
Yep.
And Dark Mago got the better of him in both games.
Ursa. Alibag.
Impale, but Spike Carapace will help defend against this damage. It lasted just long enough to split Earth. He's going to pop the stick, but I don't think he's going to be able to block this one off. He has a fairy fire, but just a constant attack.
Ang ganda ng last pick nilang Leshrac, pre.
Boat coming in. Boat. Our Zeus in some trouble. He's going to try
Ganda na ito kung mapapatay niya to, ha.
still has that curse on him.
Ang ina, hindi mamamatay kahit
but
may
I think
curse.
it's a low level, so really not doing that much damage. We'll live 25 health, and we'll have the bottle refill from the next
Sayang, minus in
They're also
sana.
probably going to try and secure these power runes coming up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, timely death from Matthew. Going to get the refill south.
Uy, binalibag.
Guys, he's going to have to hop his way into the trees. They do manage to get the kill on Nisha with the 2 supports rotating in. Because he's going to be found eventually here. There's really no way out.
Ang ina, kawawa yung Slark.
Get that Kunkka kill mid and rune for Dark Mago. He gets the Thunder God's Wrath kill as well. Huge start for this mid Zeus.
Kawawa yung Slark,
This is
pre.
a hero you want to have a good start in this game. Okay, Picasso is suffering, but with the lane setup you have, he's going to suffer no matter what. Come back in this game. If the Zeus is strong, it's the hero that can shove these waves out, stall the game.
Oh, look at that read. Damn, that was a good torrent from Nisha. But
Uy.
he's going to be punished
Nako.
moving forward.
Mabibigyan.
And Matthew both coming back into play. And they're going to kill him
Gogi.
twice. He just TP'd in. He's going to have to make a
Kakatipi lang ni Nisha.
Very nice play. Thunder just reading that Nisha's going to be here and no help in the world. Zayat's also not choosing to join those engagements. I mean, he is a Marcy, he has TP. Choosing instead just to prioritize the side lanes. I guess they're not too worried about Nisha's game here. He's going to be utility. They do have 2 damage carries between the Ursa and the Lesh. So him having the best game isn't essential to Secret here.
It does mean that without the support in the top lane, the Tidehunter is having a little bit of a rougher time. I mean, it looks like his net worth is still perfectly fine, but I would imagine the Ursa is able to put some pressure on him every once in a while.
I mean, if you're in this position with Tide versus Ursa, I think you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Unless you try and for him,
Oh, nice
Ganda.
double stun, and the rebound doesn't land, and they're going to be able to get on top of the Leshrac here because playing the distance wants to be able to land that final pounce to ensure the kill, and they get it. Dark Mago also joining in on the fray, ensures it.
That's huge. Nice rotation from Dark Mago to help clean this up. He's using his start, his strength to get his Slark back in the game. On top of that, permanent agility stolen. Every little bit helps.
Sacred, you see a world of difference, and maybe the reason why he wasn't
nakakawa na ng AG yun.
the early phase boots pickup, allowing him to live there.
Yep.
Haste. 8-minute power rune is top, so no refill on the Zeus bottle. Nisha with the haste rune. He's going to try and catch the Zeus, and he does manage to land the torrent into the X, into the boat that's coming in. Matthew's going to try and stop them. Hits the stun onto the Marcy, throws out whatever damage he can, but it's not enough to get a kill, and he's certainly not enough to keep him alive. As Pandamu's going to be the next victim of the two supports, Giants and Puppy, making their way deep into the Radiant base. Now they're going to split up. One goes north, the other goes south, ensuring that one of them will probably live through this, and it's not Puppy.
Takbo, Puppy.
And not without a TP scroll.
Another stack for Pakaz, of course. Puppy claiming some stolen hint of his own. Always nice to get.
Yeah.
Sacred just not able to get to that fight. He was trying to get resources. Maybe if Tide's there, they can turn it with the Ravage. I think that was the dream scenario for him, but Secret good at abusing that, and of course abusing the haste rune for Nisha, able to close the gap, get the boat. Very nice turnaround kill for him, and it'll help him move into the jungle and clear some stacks. Get right back on track.
Bounty.
Sacred.
Ay.
Say he needs some help, but there's, well, maybe Crystal Main's TPing. He's going to throw out the Ravage. And if they try and chase, Pandamu is here to defend. That is a Ravage down, though. Secret got to be pretty
Ravage
happy
down.
with that.
Good old zoning Ravage, you know?
Ang takas yung
Small
Ravage.
Centaur with it, maybe.
What are we going to be building for the Tidehunter in this kind of game?
Well, it's always Wraith Pack, Cap.
It's always a Wraith.
You wonder what an offlaner's building? It's Wraith Pack. I mean, the regen, the scalability, especially for Slark, right? This is a hero where lifesteal just helps him so much. Extra tank ability helps him so much. I mean, that's pretty much every agi carry in the game.
Yeah, it is kind of hard for Slark to play against Leshrac, right? Because you can't defend on your ultimate, all that AoE damage going around. So anything that can limit the impact of Leshrac is going to help a lot.
Absolutely.
And even shutting him down by getting kills would be even more important. They're going to get on top of resolution here. Do they have enough damage, though? The pounce
Ganda!
stun blocked. The
Boom!
stuns, chain stun coming through. The
Ganda, pre!
and Rezo is able to keep
Nice.
his distance. Stays alive through it all.
Global on top to secure it. That's something you're going to have to think about this game if you're
Gagi, TP ka na, Rezo.
stunned all of a sudden. You don't see a Dark Pact. You
Ay,
just
ano,
go.
may rat.
Slark is in big trouble in this type of scenario, and nice rotation from Nisha to clean up
Ulti.
another unsuccessful turnaround from Dark Mago. Still having a great game here on the Zeus. Once more, this is not the fastest lineup from Thunder, so they're okay giving up some trades.
Science far forward here. He's going to be hit by the pounce. Matthew's going to come in. And maybe Diet, he's trying to cut for the kill on Pakaz, but he popped the ultimate just in time, and the finishing blow was delivered. But if the Kunkka could keep everybody around, Rezo will certainly clean up the kills, and it's going to be Matthew who should be dying here. It's going to take a little bit longer than maybe they expected, but he does get run down.
Nice one.
Mid lane.
Ganda ng pick ng ano pre,
Trying
Leshrac.
to kick Puppy out of here so they
Solid,
can get some more
solid.
damage onto that tower, but Puppy does a good job pulling the creep wave behind, so the siege wagon dies.
Nyx has a decent amount of levels this game. You're going to have to think about the Vendettas, especially in these deep pushes into Thunder's territory. They want to have Secret go into them to take the fights. That's where Zeus,
Convert tower.
especially this Tide who isn't going to have Blink in this
Pusin
game,
sila ngayon
can
para.
drive and set up the fight for Pakaz to clean it up.
Yan naman kami bigay yung bot lane eh, walang respo eh.
Leshrac is perfectly happy just pushing your towers down, especially when those ults aren't up. Secret can claim
Walang
a decent
respond na
amount of
par,
territory
bigay
this
bot
time.
lane. Trade tower yata sa taas.
Pakaz really wants to join the fights. Whereas again, you have this Ursa
Trade tower.
start clearing through jungle, and Crystallis is choosing to go for Diffusal this game. So he is not opting for that heavy farm Battle Fury build. Secret's going to up the tempo here in the next 10 minutes.
That's pretty interesting, because I feel like almost all years since I've seen a big going Battle Fury in this tournament, but nice fight Carapace. That'll help defend the Zeus. Rezo shows up, they drop the sentry, spot Matthew, who's trying to get to the edges of it, does what he can before he goes down. Here comes Ursa, and he's going to clean up the Crystal Maiden, and Dark Mago barely gets out before the Ravage going down, but nobody's really around to take advantage of this one. All of Secret is just going to turn and
Wag! Gandang Ravage sana kaso walang follow-up.
go for a mid lane push now.
Mira ng 3, walang follow-up.
From Thunder.
Walang
They
sundot.
just aren't ready for the Secret incursion yet. If they're all there, they can maybe get a turnaround or a kill. Secret, again, this tempo, they don't have big cooldowns they really have to rely on for the skirmishes. Sure, you have global silence, but it's not necessary. Nisha is just running around the map, setting everything up. Invis bottom. And Dark Path Invis room.
He's just going to take, trying to take
Yari ka.
the CS, missed one of them. And it's just kind of a noise because...
Especially if Nyx dies early, it's hard for Thunder.
Yeah.
They really want him to be alive so he can get the carapaces off on the Leshrac. Lesh is just so much a Secret's damage right now. He has free reign in these fights. Nyx is down. It's going to be hard to just commit in, and even Crystallis joining this.
Ano naman take pamamatay si Zeus.
Back in the
Ako,
line we
takbo.
go. It's Thunder. Bit of aggression. Going to be stalled here as Secret look to grab
Boom.
Boo before
Delete.
he can get out. The X will
Ako
ensure
ka.
a little small hop away there with the Tumblr's toy. Gets him out of range with Zayats. Matthew showing up. X
Mago's trying to
going
bait it.
down. Matthew really wants
Oh,
to go for
gago
this
ka,
one.
makulit
Hold
ka,
on
ah.
out, though, to be able to help out. Dark Mago backing out under the tower, but a
Ooh! Pero pa, walang Ravage yan, ah.
as Thunder just really not bringing the same kind of numbers Secret do to these fights.
Oh, they are getting out skirmished and heavily. There's a lot of stolen in going into the silencer too, already up to 16.
Really?
The puppy, he's a smart boy.
I guess so. The reason why he's been a captain in Dota for so long.
I mean, I can't help but feel some of it's been stolen from this maiden because Panu is sitting at 450 mana. This is getting a little bad for him, you know?
Yeah.
Crystal maiden spells are not the cheapest.
Ay, Zayak talaga ako natuto mag-Mars. Ang galing
Might be
mag-Mars
neat
ni
to put more
Zayak.
points in that
Ang
aura.
galing niya mag-initiate. Kahit kanina, sa ES.
Watching Disha currently farm up some ancient stacks. Once he's done with this, he'll have BKB. So that'll be another big timing for
Paldo.
Secret.
Paldo sa
Between the
stock.
early BKB, the diffusal blade pick
Ang
up.
nakarosya na to, pre. Nako.
Team Secret are going to be really hard to fight into in this around this 18 to 20 minute marker.
This is all for that Roshan. Crystallis is happy to go in there whenever Secret feels strong enough. He has the Morbid Mask. He's
Nako,
going
pag
to
nakarosya na to, par.
That is a fight Thunder have to think about. You have
Ewan ko na lang.
Track, you have that Kunkka BKB like you're talking about. These are very tanky heroes, and you don't have the easiest ways to initiate on. It's pretty much Nyx been deadying in and stunning people, which, yeah, Secret's gonna have sentries down, and they're not even really waiting. Just smoke Crystallis in, 2-man it up. Roshan is pretty much dead here, uncontested.
Yeah, the sidekick makes it really easy for the Ursa. Combine that with the ultimate there of the Marcy as well, slowing down the attack speed of the Roshan. It falls pretty quickly. Thunder, either unaware or uncaring, will give up the first Roshan of the game. Sacred, he's going to be hovering around this mid tower. He's got the Ravage. They're going to try and hold this mid tower for as long as possible. I expect Secret to try and challenge that with the Aegis sometime in the next 5 minutes.
Secret.
Definitely going to make a move.
Secret.
This side needs Wraith Pact. He is a long way away. This Zeus ideally wants his shard. He will pick it up now, so that's a huge damage increase for him.
Nakakad na tapag. Normally.
More interesting perhaps is Pakaz has gone first item Mage Slayer just in an attempt to deal with this
Mage Slayer?
Leshrac matchup who, I mean, Leshrac is the carry in this game, right? He's just going full carry items. You need this item in the matchup. I don't blame him, but the damage output diminishes quite a bit.
In which case, it just means the Zeus and maybe
Nag-snowball na to, pre. May Aegis na yung Ursa.
more of the heavy lifting.
I mean, it's even more on Dark Mago's shoulder.
Yeah.
And then you really have to take a long
Nakadidi
fight as well.
pa.
If these heroes go down for Thunder quickly,
Nako ka.
Wrestlers immediately challenging Sacred. They've got the X to be able to keep him in place. He's going to blow the Ravage now. See if he can get away. Crystal's going to try and chase him down. They don't have the BKB. Oh, now he gets it off. As the Global Silence also protecting him. Nisha will get the X. With this double damage, it's a little hard for Thunder to fight, but they can keep on the edges of this. They got to be careful. The Zeus,
Kaya pa?
he's still silenced up. Uh-oh, he needs to be
May
able to
Aegis
jump
pa.
away. Crystallis, okay, there goes the Aegis.
Uli.
Yes, but the other heroes are on top of the Zeus.
Wala
So
na
without the
Ravage.
Zeus,
Nako,
there
walang
goes the
mana
damage.
Tide Hunter.
Sacred comes back in, but he's just going to be another
Patay
victim.
din yata Tide Hunter, par.
Reeling in the fish.
Asan na yung
Double
Slark?
kill for Crystallis and a mid tower.
Wala yung Slark.
Taking Team Secret.
Wala sa balita yung Slark.
Very fast. Because didn't even want to join.
Kaya nga, ang ganda ng Ravage. 4 na naman kanina rin eh. 4-man Ravage, 4-man. Kaso walang follow-up.
Got a little more damage. Maybe Kunkka falls there, but it's a pretty good Aegis usage. Now you're pushing.
Kaya taga ni Papi, no? Galing talaga mag-drop na ito ng Papi.
Just an
Pero hindi si Papi nagda-drop kanina eh.
You don't want to ravage Aegis Ursa. They almost chain it well into something. Maybe if there's a maiden ult here, it turns a bit better, but
yeah,
it's just too tanky. Double bracer, BKB rush. You have the global to bail him out. Puppy holding on to it. Dark Model
Hindi
gets a lot
pa.
of damage.
Lower bracket. Upper bracket to eh. Yung magtalo dito, malalaglag sa lower bracket.
It's a hard game for Sacred the front line. You have Ursa to cut through him. You have Leshrac to cut through him. The X. Difficult tied frontline game. Still trying to get to that Wraith Pack. The start he had was solid.
X-Smart sa Tide Hunter.
Nothing has gone his way.
Yeah, and I was just kind of curious if he would deviate from the Wraith Pack simply because of the fact the Ursa is such a big problem. But so is the Leshrac. So he kind of has to go for it, and he has to frontline. But he's going to be victim of this Ursa all the time.
Kaya ako na sumama ng Slark.
Like a no-win scenario for Sacred.
Feels like there's a little too many problems.
Kailangan na sumama ng Slark.
It's just gonna come down to one of these weird fights where somehow Pakaz gets on supports.
Kailangan niya nakuha yung Aghanim's niya tapos sumama na siya sa clash kasi mayayari yung mga kakampi niya. Walang follow-up lagi sa Ravage. Ang ganda ng Ravage lagi.
He's not exactly squishy.
See if they catch the Slark here. The smoke across. Not gonna be able to find him because is able to get the pounce away first. So he'll keep the hopes alive of an Aghanim Scepter.
Nagpakita yung Zeus, oh.
Slowed down by the curse. Panda, I think you're going to
alay na tong CM.
A little bit of a sacrificial lamb here. He throws himself in to make sure that his Zeus does get out. Of course, Sacred is like, please, no, not my ancient stack. I'm so poor. Let me get the Wraith back, please. Oh, it's all being taken away from him. In fact, even his life might be taken away. His resolution's going to come across his side. He's going to throw out the Ravage, but the boat is still on point. It's still going to hit that stun. And now with the Marcy there, he can't even get to the point booster denied. With the death loss as well, he is still shy of that pickup. Oh, this would be a dream pickup, but there's nothing there to follow it up. And the global silence to ensure there's no escape for an assassin.
Pakulit ka daw.
Yes, level 2 Thunder's God. Might have been close. That global doesn't come out.
Ang ganda na laro ng Secret, par.
Quick reaction from Puppy nonetheless. And
Very, very nice Secret.
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Ravage to try and buy a point booster. That is, that tells you all you need to know about the state of this game.
You put it like that, it looks
It's not
pretty
over
dark.
till it's over.
He didn't even get it either.
Huli.
Panda, caught by just the constant jumps in from Marcy. Anybody shows the mid lane, Marcy's gonna be there quick and fast to punish. Silence is okay. Dark Mario is really getting up here. He's gonna pop the illusion to get rid of the curse, but he won't be able to deal with that X. They do have a cause showing up finally with this Aghanim Scepter and might be able to get the kill on a Puppy. The
Aghanim sa Slark. Andito na yung Slark.
It's gonna be hard to play this out. Giants, second pounce catches him as well. 2 kills for Thunder would be pretty nice. Sacred with a double ensures that his Wraith Pact is gonna come in a little bit quicker. Nisha, who blew his BKB earlier.
Eto na, ang Slark. Galit na yan. Ang ina nyo. Lubulin niyo yung mga kakampi ko, ha.
Get their Slark involved with that Ags timing, picked up 2 kills. You'll take that.
Dire's middle tower is under
we're seeing how aggressive Puppy's playing too. He has absolutely no fear.
Oh, that is a nice TP deny. They can keep the pressure on this mid tower. In fact, they get it. That little play may have just gotten them the bounty on that mid tower. Sacred takes the last hit. So, big time recovery for this tight ender who's been suffering.
Got him to his Wraith Pack. Showing some signs of life here for Thunder. A little momentum swing.
Will it be enough, though? The Wraith Pact will stop a lot of the damage, but Secret still up by 5k. They're an item or 2 ahead.
Pa-BKB na Ursa.
And also, what can Pakaz do with this Aghanim Scepter?
Paano kaya nila pipigilan yung Ursa na yan mamaya, no?
You want silencer.
Hindi na basta-basta mapipigilan yung Ursa mamaya pag naka-BKB na yan. Wala naman silang mana, BKB piercing na skill.
Sacred and Nisha having a little fun here.
Bukod sa Vendetta.
Actually baiting a smoke behind the individual cores standing in front.
Oh, they are finding Puppy on the back.
Puppy, this would be so good. The smoke's gonna break. He throws out the curse. He gets a force dash to the high ground. The second pounce doesn't land. The Ravage doesn't land either. And now he gets off the glove.
Yari kayo!
Spells off with the
Patay Slurk agad.
because it all falls apart for
Wala na ring Ravage.
some nice quick moves from Puppy. He pulled out all the stops on that one.
And put on his dancing shoes.
Ganda ng poster ni Papi pataas.
Super fast force staff reaction. That Ravage clips absolutely nothing with the BKB reveal on Leshrac. And fight's pretty much over at that point. Paz is too invested and too silenced. Very nice read by Secret. Puppy felt that one coming, but they had a great angle.
Yeah, they really did. With the rest of them on the high ground, BKBs all going off during the Ravage, and even the Global. It's a nice finishing touch there on the end. Just beautifully played by Team Secret as a whole.
That's almost where you
want
the so you can guarantee that kill.
Yeah.
Instead
Ganda ginagawa ng Secret, guys.
Maybe just not expecting that force staff to be up yet. It's also hard to just run in with Nyx's game. Now, there's a single sentry, you're getting global. Nothing can come out from the rest of his team to bail him in those scenarios.
Wala sa Legend Core na ako. Nice.
Dark Mago is trying to keep up.
Ancient lang yata ako. Pero Divine ako dun dati. Divine 5. Pikeran ko dun D5 eh. Pero Ancient 3 yata ako 4 ngayon.
Not with the amount
Hindi naman ako naglalaro na.
real estate that Team Secret has been owning throughout the last 10 minutes.
They're gobbling up the map.
Make a move towards top. They had a pretty nice defensive ward there on the side of Thunder.
All right, Matthew kills Tristalis Courier with full BKB.
Ooh, that's a nice pickup.
A lot of net worth. Pretty much the best thing he could hope for in that scenario.
Is that enough for you to make the call like, guys, we should smoke? I just took away the BKB, or do you think it's still risky?
I don't think you can smoke
Nabati
into Secret
to
here.
0. Uy!
Maybe Secret goes into you and you can take the fight.
Maybe, or maybe just leave Pandamu behind.
That's
Ares.
Roshan.
Second rush na to ah.
Second Roche. This is where things start getting really scary for
Wala papel oh.
in ages. Now the shard.
Wala kasing basbas si Boss Baldo.
I feel so bad for this.
Game 2 oh. Pero baka ma 2-0 na ng Secret to pre. Lamang na lamang Secret dito eh. Pag nag-BKB na yung Ursa, Diyos ko, ewan ko na lang.
Versatile progression. Do the first Roche pretty early. They got it with the smoke and Marcy. Second Roche, 24 minutes. Put that shard online. Yeah, you're missing BKB, but I don't think he cares too much.
No, I don't think so either. Not with the constant.
Binigay yung Zeus eh, no? Kinaunteran ng ano, silencer. Galing.
Full Silver Edge done for Nisha as well. There's a break for this Tide. Even harder to frontline. I mean, I don't think he was frontlining much before, but now he definitely is.
Silver Edge na rin.
He should continue to build on that and try and build up
physical damage
build, or do you like what he's currently going the Scythe build up?
Sa Slark tsaka sa Tide.
It's fine here. I mean, this Team Secret lineup does not lack damage.
Yeah, sure.
Remember, Crystallis went this diffusal damage-oriented build. You will have BKB Basher at some point. You have a carry Leshrac in your offlane who's doing just fine, and of course Marcy. You know,
Marcy's Marcy.
Yeah, Marcy's Marcy. Enough said, you know. They're not going to lack damage, so Nisha can just go whenever he wants, honestly. Go with the AC, he can go the Hex here. The Hex is definitely nice with the Slark control.
Huli, dalawang manok.
Right? You stop some of these leaks or you will just guarantee the highest damage kill.
Matthew, I mean, this is a sad affair when you're using the Vendetta to try and, hunt down couriers. I mean, he's certainly not strong enough, I think, to get a solo kill unless it's on Silencer with the Thunder God's Wrath.
Uli.
But even then, I have to question if they have enough damage. Pandamu, well, he's been just kind of playing forward a lot. I don't think he really cares too much about his own life. It feels like he's just kind of fishing for information, right? They gotta just
Nako, aabutan nila bot lane.
more than anything.
Dodge, split the
Side
lanes.
Hunter.
You're gonna lose out on some
Nako, huli.
Try and make Secret run around and
Sacred
Huli.
spotted.
Someone has to pay the price here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the Tide Hunter. So that Heaven's Halberd, which he was trying to get to address the Ursa problem that he has, it'll be delayed even further.
Delikado ka na.
Did manage to get out, and he is closing in on a BKB.
Delikado ka na, par.
It is a very small silver lining, a very big and dark, scary cloud.
Delikado na ang Thunder.
That's why he's not killing these.
Hey, he's trying to go to the... Yeah.
Once the BKB again, but he missed it. That was the one courier that went out the fastest. So Crystals already has BKB, and Matthew's kind of... I know what's coming. He read the timer very well. Actually, a very intelligent play. Just not going to get it. Now he sees it run back.
Well,
Yagi, meron nga rito pre yung pinagpunasan ng tayo ni Champ, yung wipe. Lalamog.
Put a gem on this Ursa. Puppy deciding to be generous this game and donate some of his net worth.
Apat na secret yung musta pa rin.
The blink dagger as
Ang
well.
nangahat na lang ng ibon yung ano, Nick.
Ursa, you're 100% online, and you're trying to take 80 fights that you can get. Thunder are being rather elusive though. They're doing a decent job of not being caught on their,
matatalo na
I was
ng
gonna say
Ursa.
their course, but mostly just because Dark Mago. He really wants the Aghanim Scepter. He's trying to farm it up with a Zeus right now, but he's got to be careful, got to respect.
Dire's courier has been killed.
That's a BKB, another one BKB tonight.
The decent pickup, you waited a long time for it, so you're going to have to use it here. Force Aegis is still up for a minute. You're going to have a window where they don't have that. Aegis is down. You have your Slark BKB. Maybe you can get to this Zeus Ag.
Regeneration.
That's pretty much all we're
Tang
looking
ina
at.
na, pero bisyo yun ah.
Alright, you're going to have a halberd on the Tide, but at some point you're going to have to win a fight here because you are losing a lot of net worth in the period where you're just letting all three secret cores have free reign.
Huli ka! Huli ka!
I don't know if it'll ever save Sacred, but it might stall his death a few extra seconds.
Uy, gagi!
Nice torrent. Good read from
May
Nisha.
pang-break
They're gonna
pa.
go for the break as well to ensure that this Tide Hunter
Tang ina, ang Tide Hunter ng lambot.
getting out of this one. The tier 2 is gonna be
May pang-break sa Tide Hunter, may silver edge eh. Mawawala yung kunan to. Ano rank mo sa Dota? Ano, Divine 5 yung take rank ko dun.
increasing the pressure on this chokehold over Thunder.
Going to Immortal.
Nice little play from Nisha there. Just taking the guess, you know, you never know. Someone might be lurking and gets a free Tide kill. Every little thing matters. And of course, Matthew's still hunting for some courier. Which one's he going to choose here?
Ah, God, I bet he wish he was playing a Bounty Hunter instead.
He doesn't want that one.
No.
He missed the Lesh one.
No good items. Oh, no. That would have been a decent pickup.
It's taking me back to Boston Major.
Yeah, seriously.
The Bounty Hunter courier snipe.
Maybe next time just hanging out on the enemy side of the map, constantly looking for courier kills. Vendetta is not the best. He's definitely not the best Invis hero to be making these plays. But there's just not much else to do, right?
Nangahanta lang ng ibon eh.
They understand that.
Para lasang
and they're
gatas.
really just waiting for Secret to either force something by
Di
going
fight nga ako
high
nung
ground,
dati.
or they
Pero
get to
ano
a
na lang
point
ako ngayon, di
where-
naman ako naglalaro na eh.
I mean, what point is
Nag-demote
that
na yun ang
exactly?
nag-demote.
Like, what items do they need where
Ancient
they're
na
like,
lang
all right,
yun.
guys, we can win a team fight? I'm not convinced there is an item.
Refresher shard from Roche for Tide.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to have to be some base defense fight where Secret overextends.
Yeah,
I don't think you can fight outside the base anymore. These heroes are just too tanky. And Secret's not
Tangina,
going to
control na Secret yung laro.
No, they're not. They're very disciplined.
Kahit tumabayang Slark na yan, meron silang, ano pre, Ursa.
Yeah, you just
Tangina, kompleto sila pang ano dyan.
hadn't seen any heroes from Team Secret in a while, so wanted to make sure he wasn't getting ganked top lane.
Wanted to finish up his Ags, which he will. So now you have a bit more global pickoff potential. We can kind of see where this lineup was supposed to be at this point, you know, where Nyx and Zeus could have threatened heroes along the way.
Yep.
I'm not sure you're threatening too much outside of some more couriers you're scouting.
Makukuha ng ibon.
Let me tell you something. This courier hunting looks a lot more fun than it actually is. Is he going to take one?
Yeah, the losing game probably doesn't feel so hot. All right, got the Ursa Courier. Hey, there we go.
Man, you know what his reward is? He is level 10. He is level 10 at 30 minutes because he has not seen a creep in a very long time.
Yeah, who needs levels in mana burn?
Yari ka.
That's true.
Science is done with this. He's like, all right. Enough of this Nyx assassin nonsense. Finds him. Rezo pairs up with them. They don't actually get him.
Nabuhay pa.
He was too close to the Leshrac for the rebound to land, I think. So
Some space. I mean, honestly, even if he dies, he's so low level. It doesn't matter. He goes back in 30 seconds.
I like how we set up this series. You know, Thunder Awaken. You know, number 1 in average kills and assists.
Ano hinihintay ng secret?
I mean, it counts if you were talking couriers.
2 masts on this brigand team.
I mean, all that said, somehow, because
Gago, extra.
it always happens.
And finds it. He knows where the gold is.
And he's got
Extra
Titan
si Nisha,
Sliver,
pre.
he's got Skullbasher. Level 20.
The first excursion outside of the base for a while. Thunder. Smoked up.
Hala.
Break the smoke though. They're immediately going to jump onto him, but the force snap gets him away. And Marcy, wow, there goes the next assassin, blown up immediately by the help of Nisha. Sacred in the middle of all this. He has to wait out the BKBs.
Slurk, nawala yung buhay ng Slurk, oh.
They're going to reset. Secret doing the same, respecting the fact that with the BKBs on cooldown, there could be a big Ravage play.
Pwede.
Especially with the
Slurk pa
buyback
rin
coming
to
in from Matthew.
Slurk.
Awkward initiation, but that's it.
Slurk tayo, Zeus combo pa rin naman to eh.
This is one of those windows where they can try and make a play.
Yeah, but how do they do that exactly? I mean,
So malakas pa rin yung team fight nila kahit pa paano.
They don't have a blink on Tidehunter to like really force a good team fight with Blink Ravage.
I'll take that.
It's kind of weird. I almost
I'll
feel like
take that.
They're going to go back to farming.
I feel like they need this blink because Pakaz can't just
Nalusaw yun,
jump
Nick.
his silencer and make it a good fight. Yeah, it's just a 4-step out and then you're getting global after the Dark Pack, so it's very awkward in terms of initiation right now for Thunder.
I was going to ask if maybe Nyx can get a Blink Dagger, but then I remembered.
Yeah.
Third rush.
He hasn't been doing much.
Third rush, lalaban yata yung Thunder Awaken, pero ang layo ng Slark, pare. So di ko alam kung aabot sila, pero malamang sa malamang hindi.
Oh no, Thunder. What have you done?
Third rush na yan, ha?
This Roshan, I feel like this was one of the only moves they had. Now they've given up an Aghanim Scepter to the Ursa, so now even if they hit a good Ravage, Rosales could just knock it off anytime.
He doesn't care about anything anymore. Takes the cheese, takes the ags.
Okay, time to high ground na yata para sa Team Secret, pare.
Feels so strong, he doesn't need the second life.
Third rush na yun, ha?
Well, this is truly
high ground na to, pre.
just an all-in high ground defense, I think, at this point for Thunder. And Secret are probably at the point they're feeling strong enough, right? Third row
Ang maganda sa TA, wala ka sila mag-dep, kasi may Zeus sila. Uli! Puta ka.
Just barely. Matthew may be able to do the same here. If Secret can't find anybody in the next 2 or 3 minutes, feels like they may just brute force it.
I mean, they really want to find the pick-off. Just forcing the high ground for the Zeus is... Sure, you're up a lot of goals, but it can be weird, especially with buyback.
Can we get something here? Ooh, nice reaction from Pakaz. Gets the pounce away before the X could catch him.
More courier hunting.
Here it comes.
Ursa's
Matthew. Hey!
Look at the observer.
Gulit na ito.
So makes his life a bit easier.
Yep. Another 45 seconds. Well, actually 60 seconds for him to really get out there and wait for a while. We'll see another courier pick off, perhaps.
Rezo doing a little pokey. Pretty low on mana. But of course, second light.
Got the Aegis. They're going to burn it. Now, plenty of Secret heroes all
Aegis
around,
burn?
so it's not like Thunder can really keep going here.
Parang sayang, ah.
Panda, hello.
Delete.
God's Wrath going out, spotting all 5 of these heroes because maybe he can jump on the silencer. He's going to go for it here, but once again, the force staff is going to go down. Nisha lays out the boat. Sacred trying to position here. Pops
Patay,
the
Nyx.
scepter, waiting out the BKBs and gets back up into the high ground. Nice play by
Wala nang BKB, Slark. Last-on yung Slark.
Now they have an opportunity for a Ravage, perhaps, with Sacred continuing to hold very patient there. I love the way he played forward and then used that Ogre Club totem to be able to jump back inside the base. He knows this Ravage cannot be used lightly.
No, you have to threaten it, and at the same time, you have to be
Courier Hunter.
try and wait out those BKBs.
Agapatay lang ng ibon yung Nyx Assassin, eh.
The longer you wait, the higher chance Pakaz maybe dies in that duration, and if he goes down, you lose a huge amount of your sustained.
Wala nang Aegis, kasi may Aegis pa naman.
You can rely on Zeus in these high ground scenarios, but Secret might not keep that to you all the time.
Don't get me wrong, Secret, they are smashing.
Smoke sila,
the status quo has not changed, but it is impressive that Thunder just haven't
Uli.
lost yet.
Uli kayo, par.
The way to play these fights has to be so perfect. They've been doing a great job of it so far.
They have Blink on Tide now.
Now they've got a real possibility, right?
Yeah, they can Blink Ravage into the Nimbus. Nyx can follow up. Maybe Marcy saves you, maybe the global bails you out. There is that window. And of course, they have multiple Ghost Scepters as well. no real nullifiers or anything from the secret side, so these Ghost Scepters are doing a decent amount of work.
Yeah, Zion's already made that read. He's going to try and build a nullifier. It may be a little while for this forward position to get it.
Taba na rin yung Zayak, naka-BKB na rin.
How strong this item could be.
Boom.
Yeah, when your forward position is building nullifier, you feel pretty damn good.
Yeah. He's going to
Ano?
jump onto that Zeus and never let go.
Ang ingat nila Papi, no? Kahit lamang sila, hindi sila basta-basta nag-high ground.
Yeah.
You should build some attack speed on Silencer. He's got the hint to do it.
Yeah, he's got 32 stolen intelligence.
Uy, Ninja Gear. Para sa Ursa yan.
Waiting for the runes. Waiting for next Roche, perhaps. I don't think Secret's in a rush. Yeah. Maybe they're couriers. I think
They're trying to speed boost out of that tier 3.
Paskadi na rin yung Slark.
I mean, I'll tell you, they are microing these things. Yeah. There's a refresher flying out for Nisha. So you're going to have double BKB, double Hex. Could catch these heroes off guard. Havoc Hammer as well. Just even extra tankiness.
Smoke might actually catch Thunder. Thunder was being very patient, just sitting inside their base, but they're poking out now. Team Secret. They get this opening. Now Sacred's going to be the first one spotted here. The Tidehunter, the big front line. He's going to break this smoke, get a lot of information for Thunder. You can choose whether to
Bakit tayo mag-push ng Secret, pre? Parang medyo nagiging... Parang masyado nagiging passive Secret doon, ha?
For the last 20 minutes or so.
Tatlong Aegis yung dumaan sa kanila.
Puppy just walks into these areas like
Okay lang ba? Baka mamaya kayanin sila ng Slark, eh.
Whatever. He really hasn't been punished for it yet. Like so many times he's been pounced on, yes, but they haven't been chased on. Once again, he's got the force staff to go for it. Because he's going to keep going here. This is pretty crazy. He immediately jump in there. Sacred's going to have to wait out this BKB. Once again, the situation because playing it slow, taking the damage. They've got the rounds thrown.
Ravage, nakapag-cheese.
They do have. He gets
patay yung Slark yata.
being thrown down because he's got to be able to jump away though. The damage to the left.
X mark.
Right in front of Crystallis, but the Hex landed as well. Gets up to the high ground, gets that speed boost, starts regenerating away. Resolution though, trying to catch. Nice Yule Scepter, barely in time to stop the split Earth. Zayas jumping in after him into the base, but Dark Mago's already away.
Pero walang Ravage. Pwede sila ngayon mag-high ground. Respect type. Sabagay, respect type.
We'll keep this game stalled out, I believe.
Hindi sila basta-basta pwede mag-overextend, eh, kasi baka ma-setup sila ng Tidehunter.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Looking for more.
Uy.
Tier 4s are up. Next Roshan is coming in soon. 2 minutes to be exact.
Gotta abuse that Slark night vision as well. These are best entry in the fight because they're
Mas
never gonna have
tumataba na kasi yung Slark. Pero mukhang okay lang naman yata kahit tumaba yung Slark, eh.
They just know they have no vision. They've had that gem forever. Starting to poke the tide. No Ravage for 60.
Walang Ravage yan, ha? Pero makunat na.
See if he gets out. The splitter doesn't land. We're good because, oh yeah, he needs a force staff out of here. He's in a little bit of danger because gets on top of him, and they do have Sacred to follow up as well. Because
patay yung Tidehunter. Pare. Patay yung Zeus. Pinatay ni Zayak mag-isa. Patay ka, Slark. Kaya yata habulin to, pre, ha? Kaya yata habulin. BKB. May pounce pa. TP out. Okay, boy. Pero gagi, sinulo ni Zayak yung Zeus mag-isa. Ang ina, walang Zeus. Tatapang talaga to. Walang Zeus, eh. Convert sa tower. Desha resolution yung ano, Leshrac. Sinisha yung ano, yung Kungka. Offlane yung Leshrac nila.
And Pakaz really needed that Abyssal, and he might never get to it at this point. The repeat glyph here. BKB is up for Nisha now.
Now the mix is in the trees here from the side. They try and get a sneaky impale.
Ravage. Ganda. Kaso walang follow-up. Na-control yung ano, yung Slark. GG, pare. Walang buyback Slark. Alaws buyback Slark. GG! 2-0! Holy fuck!
mercy whatsoever. Fully
Lakas!
disciplined, controlled the game from the get.
Pangina secret to, lakas.
Make a clean 2-0 victory over Thunder Awaken.
Oh, what a clinical series. I mean, that first game was just so disciplined by them, and this second one didn't feel like Thunder even got one good team fight out of that whole game. Just ratting and ratting, trying to get to a point where the Slug can come online, and by then, all of Secret's 5 carries are online. I mean, at that point, you're not killing anything. Puppy just so elusive.
Galing,
Forced that
putang ina. Ang lakas.
That's a top 3 for the second year in a row. Puppy has got to feel good about continuing to play at the 11 Ti.
Yeah, he's
Papi,
now got one
putahin.
more
Tingnan
series
natin.
to go to be able to beat last
Upper
year.
bracket
And
finals
put
pa. Kung
himself
sino man nanalo
in
sa
that potential
Tundra.
Man, what a run this man has had. What a run the team
Aster
Secret's
yun makakalaban
had.
nila.
I mean, remember,
Anyways,
these
GG na ako
we
guys.
almost didn't see
Medyo
them in TI period. They had to go
masama
through
talaga
last
pakiramdam ko
chance
eh.
qualifier, which they smashed.
Lagang gusto ko
And
lang
now
manood ng
showing
laban
up in
ng Secret
playoffs,
saka ng
looking
ano
in very fine
ng
form.
Thunder
Thunder,
Awaken. Nakita nyo
they
naman
turned
sobrang
their coat
solid
down
ang
to
laban.
lower
So
bracket,
maraming salamat sa mga
but,
tumamay
I'm
sa
sure
stream
he's gonna
natin.
be an experience
Pasensya na
they
mga
certainly
boss
learn from.
ay
I mean,
pagsalita
do you
ako
feel
kasi
like this was-
may tarangkaso
this
pa
series
tsaka
was more
barado yung
play,
ilong natin.
or
Thank you
was
so
this
much mga boss. Shoutout kay Jumar, kay Raven, kay Sagani,
Play a large part.
kay
I
Boss
think Secret was
Jordan,
very comfortable in both these games. They got everything they wanted. This last
kay
round,
Hokage,
especially,
kay
they
Raven,
could
kay
have
Jay,
flexed this Marcy to
kay
multiple
Just
positions.
Tony, kay Salu, GG's mga boss. Maraming kay Milan, kay Mark, kay Boss Nolan. Nako, kakain na kay At.
Situation of even, I mean, Puppy and Heen have just done a great job.
Kay Salu, GG's guys. Maraming salamat sa inyo mga boss. God bless you. Stay safe. Iwas kayo sa sakit. Tangina, baka tamaan din kayo ng trangkaso.
At this point,
GG's
if these guys
guys.
aren't the favorite to maybe take it all, I don't know who is. Yeah.